All right.
This fail.
Thank you for tuning into our channel.
This fail is like.
Everybody as of right now is kind of looking over. I've got a little itinerary type of thing for something that may take place later. So forgive any lack of group engagement while I go over the recap. Anybody want to do the recap themselves for me, and I'll give you a spot on it.
I would have prepared something.
Give you an inspiration.
I've been wondering. Recap 16 episodes now.
Anybody? Any takers?
Do you have it written down?
I don't have one written down.
Oh.
That's the intent, is improvisation.
Nah, I would have prepared something.
Wasn't sure they got to kill some more people.
I would have wrote a paragraph.
Any takers? Hands up. First one? No?
I don't
Nobody?
remember
Okay,
it all
that's fine.
in the order.
All right. So we're waiting on Petrichor. He is showing his house right now. Real estate agent scheduled him for 3:45, so he's going to be about 10 or 15 minutes late. Last time on planar problems by Far Room Rollers. Let's see where exactly we want to start off. Okay, the Mystic Biscuits are in Red Lodge. They are uncovering more and more of the double speak of the denizens there at Red Lodge, and kind of finding out that the Zentarum kind of have their hands in a lot more going on in the village, as well as the believers, a secret sect within the community that y'all haven't uncovered many of them yet, but Minnie, what's her actual name? That's her nickname.
I love it.
Yeah, it's Soul's Pursuit right now. Get that for y'all real quick, just so we don't default call her by that. Mithra of Mandyver's Poultry. Whenever Soul, our Shadow Archive fighter, was seducing her, and they were kind of rubbing shoulders with her, she conveyed to the Mystic Biscuits that such and such and so, a couple of the individuals, she name dropped some of the believers for the party, and that led them to investigating Mother Yolanta's establishment, the boarding home in Red Lodge, where you guys discovered that there were a couple of individuals there masquerading as blind peasants or just people of the village. So after perusing each of the rooms and putting your ear to the wall and listening on their conversation, you found out that they have a figurehead there named LaRock. He's an exile of the Sacred Stone Monastery, and there have evidently been murders that have taken place, that they're trying to steer this group of believers into more dark and nefarious deeds. And so they've committed these murders, and they're going to try to blame it on them, and then rise up as the knights, the saviors of the village, so to speak, and try to take over the village. And so, armed with that information, you chased them down the hall after Soul had taken one to the bathroom and had an affinity towards that person, and cornered him in the library. And to the best of your knowledge, you think that one of them's faking this condition, and you attacked, and Soul sprung to action to try to save Donovan. And so Donovan gets out of the building, Artemis kills one, Dursba subdues the other, and then Constable Harburk Tuthmarillar arrives at the scene after Mother Yolantha rang the community bell at the boarding home. And so now the guard of the city is aware of the situation. Elick, probably sometime from now, is going to wake up and confer with him about what happened at his office. The hostage should be waking up soon. Just a bunch of different things are kind of coming together that y'all have running now. And at the close of our session last week, Beth Thunder had approached Soul and said someone has been in your unit, and you followed, and you had a maul come down on the back of your neck, base of your skull, and in a cinematic world where we're watching this instead of playing it, we see the camera pan up as Soul drops and it's Lowe's Panto instead of Beth Thunder. And so that's where we left off. So with that in mind, Soul, we'll start with you.
So, prevailing,
You and
this,
decide which one you want to
these
use.
2 pieces of paper are way too dirty and juicy for me to make a decision on them within the next hour. This is
the one you want to use.
This is a 2-week decision that
You've been thinking about it for 2 weeks. That's all stuff you told me. Like I said, sign the one you want to use. That way I'll have it for referring back to the notes which one you chose.
No, you had
in case I get lost.
set up consequences.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you and I are going to roll initiative.
What do you mean by my earnings?
Well, what does it say? Player's Handbook, page 22.
At the very bottom it says 187.
187. You earn a wage for working.
Do I?
Yeah. If you're not an adventurer and you exercise a profession, you get a living expense and wage. Yeah. All right. He hadn't missed anything. Good deal. Practicing a profession. You can work between adventures, allowing you to maintain a modest lifestyle without having to pay one goal. So, depending on how you want to live, swallowed, comfortable, modest, or lavish, you exert an amount of money each day.
The top yellow square.
Like you want to do the top activity.
No, I'm saying how much is my earnings?
Oh, it'd be a goal per day. 10 goals or 20 goals. No, it's a 15 goals. 10.
Billy.
Says let me finish. You can work between adventures, allowing you to maintain a modest lifestyle without having to pay me 1 goal per day. This benefits lasts as long as you continue the profession. So in this example, say we're going 3 weeks. So that's 30 goal. I'm not saying that we are, I'm just using it as an example. So if you are a member of an organization that can provide gainful employment, such as a temple or thieves guild, you can earn enough to support a comfortable lifestyle instead. If you practice the performance skill and have proficiency in it, you can support a wealthy lifestyle instead. So there's modest, comfortable, and wealthy. So basically, it's just when you work, it's a wash. If you're not working, or not doing anything during any kind of downtime, you tell me what kind of lifestyle you want to maintain, and you subtract gold from your inventory accordingly, what type of lifestyle you want to live. So, if you want to live a modest lifestyle, you kind of hang around with and talk to the bar crawlers and things like that. If you want to live a lavish lifestyle, you're in the upper floors of the suites and you kind of rub shoulders with nobles, and you may learn different things during periods of downtime. That's the incentive to do one or the other.
That is modest and consistent.
Let me find that for you.
I mean, I just need to know the number on the money.
You'd be practicing at a smithy if you took that one would be enough for a comfortable lifestyle. So it's going to match that.
Whatever comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah, let me find that for you real quick. But for the purposes of this, all that entails and matters would be that you wouldn't earn anything. You'd have to pay for that throughout the day. But you could turn around and say, I want to be modest instead of comfortable anyway. So,
Is it just gonna
so
be
you could just say you gained 10 instead of gaining.
the difference between me doing the thing successfully and the fail? Is it going to be 1d20 roll? Well, I need to know these things.
No, you
There's
don't
a
get
lot
to know
on the line.
everything.
forgot my dice.
There's a lot on the line.
That brings me to another point. Whenever we were doing the fight with Swiftblade,
Okay, so I'm
and you hit him and it didn't connect, and you said, well, why does that not connect? I need to know that. Because I may or may not want to roll the superiority dice. That's part of the gamble of D&D is you have the superiority dice. I struggle with telling you then, and I shouldn't.
The thing
Hold on,
about
let me
this,
I shouldn't have told you because You don't know if he has a feature or resistance or what the reason is why it doesn't connect. Just that, okay, I have this, maybe I can roll it and maybe it will connect. So that's what I should have made you do, is just not tell you, say, okay, you have it, if you want to burn it, you can.
The thing with this,
Just like he doesn't know you have a face stick. So anyway, go ahead. Yeah. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how all these skill challenges work, just that they're there.
The thing about superiority, guys, is one thing is like I can roll and then decide if I want to add it to it,
And that
regardless of what the roll is.
Yeah. And then you should have just said, okay, y'all want to risk using it. Maybe this is a feature that maybe it just won't connect regardless.
Did I roll it?
Just
You
made
know,
you
by
do
the
it.
time I rolled it, and you were like, "Okay, that hits."
No, it rolled, it didn't hit, and you said, well, why doesn't it hit? Because I have the superiority dice. And I said, well, you don't know why, but he has a feature called block where he adds 3 to his AC. I said, okay, well, now I want to roll it then because I know he doesn't have a feature that just causes one hit a day to miss or something. Yeah, so that's what that's.
Yeah. How dare you trust me like a human?
Yeah. So I will give you yours to look at while I'm looking at information up for him. I think we put it right on top there. Yeah. Don't show them.
What is this?
This is stuff you may choose to do during any downtime activity we have, based upon what you told me.
You guys already looked at yours?
Sign the one you pick.
Increases the numeric counter of insanity. What does that mean?
You don't know. And I'm not telling you.
Well, you keep using words that I'm not familiar with.
I have a value of certain things in this game that I think tallies up or down depending on what kind of successes or
I'm
failures
not
you
asking
use.
the number. I'm saying does it make it go up or down? Or are you just saying that it changes it?
It changes something that I have that I'm keeping up with that you don't have to worry about.
Okay. Because when you said like preview last episode, and I haven't like looked up my dictionary stuff for the week, and I'm just like, okay, the preview is just some special room in the board house.
Previous bathroom.
Yeah, now. And the master, not in the moment, and I'm sure I've heard it in the past 26 years, but not last week. It didn't come about while we were goofing off. And then the master of development. It's just a council member or a janitor as far as I know. Doesn't mean mayor to me.
Lifestyle expenses. Between adventures, you choose a particular quality of life and pay the cost of maintaining that lifestyle as described in Chapter 5. What chapter? Expenses, 157.
I think I know which one I want.
Okay, so
You said sign the one that I want to do?
yes, just so I'll have it in case I do a blog or when I go back and know what y'all chose, I can have it decided with that. Lifestyle expenses, if you want to live a poor lifestyle, is 1 gold a day, comfortable is 2 gold, wealthy is 4 gold, and aristocratic is 10 gold minimum a day.
Can we get this back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Do that.
Oh man, hold up, I gave you the wrong one. I gave you Petra or Dursmus.
Oh.
My bad, dog.
Okay, me, yours both?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had 2.
I was looking at it, I was like, someone's already signed this one, dude.
Yeah, I was wondering why I had 2 seasons on it. I was like, what the heck? So you got to read all this stuff, man.
Yeah. Adam knows what I'm doing.
Thought we weren't supposed to share.
That was my bad.
That's my fault. The main reason was because some of them kind of run into one another, could help with one another if y'all happen to be doing something that was working alongside what somebody else was doing.
I would just ask for
what the
layman's
Dursmus
terms of the special D&D words used. The special medieval Tom D&D words used.
So I know which one Soul's doing.
Let me re-review mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, I don't remember talking about any of this stuff, but I guess I'll do this one.
I thought of a loophole for the normal, let's see, the normality of the time in the Shadow Realm now. Since we can't have back-to-back holidays because you're mean.
Yeah.
Yom Kippur lasts 3 days.
So you gotta be calm for 3 days.
Calm's relative.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because I don't want the consequences of the middle one.
So you're a beetle is a record keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like that one. I was hoping you'd take that one. Okay, so we picked up now with Soul getting hit over the head by those Panto. So we'll come to that. So go ahead and roll initiative for me.
14.
You got any modifiers? Yeah, so 19, he beats you. So Lowe's is going first.
He's gonna tag me on the ground.
You're on the ground. You're prone. You have your advantage. So he's going to reach down and attempt to manacle you. Handcuff your hands behind your back.
It's the bird brain.
So giving him strength with advantage to do that because you're on the ground. So you need to contest your strength roll. Give me a contested strength. Give me a contested strength roll.
Brad's up here asleep.
No.
I just heard you say that. I usually have some time to warm up. I'm not in the spotlight in the first 10 minutes. That is a 1.
You got
That's a nat 1.
You got a
plus
nat 1 for your strength. So as he's reaching behind and putting your hand behind your back, you go.
It's a good start.
And so he managed. Dear soul, I hate that has to come to this.
Sure.
And so he picks you up, tries to. What are you doing?
I struggle.
Do you struggle? Alright, give me
I'm gonna stay on the ground, please.
Alright, so you just give him a hard time getting up. He just kicks you in your side. Come on. Pulling you up by the manacles and by the back, putting his hand on your shoulder, trying to right you up. You just give him a hard time doing that, more or less comply.
Can I teleport now?
You're an animal, but you can't. Yeah, it's your turn. If we're keeping turn order, yeah, that was his action trying to pick you up. That would take, I guess, half of his movement, we'll say. And if you want a turn, yeah, then now yes, it would be your turn.
Yeah. Okay. I want to. So you bring up the map.
Yeah.
I know we're in the storage area. And we're kind of walking towards the northeast part of it. I just want to look and see what I would be seeing.
Yeah, you are right above, in between these two buildings, and facing, I guess, off, kind of looking southeast as he's trying to pick you up.
Between the storage buildings to behind it.
Now you can just see, pretty much, like I said, you'd probably be standing right about here. You'd probably see the wall of the building at best, or the corner of this one. And give me a perception check, and I'll let you see if you can see out this way. I'm gonna rule it like it had half cover, so give me a 14-ish, I guess. Otherwise, it would be a very high.
That's 22.
Okay, so yeah, you see off this way, so that's space enough for you to teleport to.
Specialized.
So, as an action to proceed, that's how we've done it. You want to go ahead and go with that? In previous sessions,
Proceeding.
seeing if you can look off that way to find a place that you have to see where you're trying to teleport to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your action. It's a bonus action to teleport. Is that what you want to do?
Is it yeah, that's what I was checking to see what the bonus action. How far can I make it if I go between that 13 building and that one?
Your movement. You
Teleport. 30 feet.
30 feet, that's it. And then you have your movement.
Where would I land? If I went that way?
If you went this way,
Yeah.
say you get about to this shrub right here. That small one right
No,
beside the big
between
one.
13 and the building to the right of it.
Between
The north of 20.
Oh, I see. So if you're turning around looking this
Yeah,
way.
between there.
You probably get about right here, right to the 13.
Is that a bush to the below the number 13 or tree?
That's a building below 13.
Oh, well, can I make it like right side there and then one step to the left?
Yeah, you can teleport and use your movement. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. No, I'd roll for that.
Okay, so you teleport, don't take off running. You run, move to there. How far do you want to go with your movement? That was just your teleport. How far do you want to go now movement?
I thought you said my perception was my action.
Action, bonus action, movement.
Oh, okay. Get right there, and then
Try not to railroad you here.
Yeah. And
So
then
you're right here where you want to run to.
I'm gonna run. What is 11?
11. That's the BRT.
I'm gonna if I
so you-
cross
so
the
you cut-
street
so you
and
cut
like
this
slam
way,
my
we'll say-
body up
We'll
against
say
the front of
teleport
the wall.
here, run right here, you get right to the street crossing.
Okay.
So he sees you teleport, and as you run away, he's like, oh! The one that got away.
Is my teleport making noise? Something.
Yeah. It's kind of like,
So he knows.
yeah.
I was wondering if he had to do a perception.
So, I just want to talk. We can talk about this.
Okay. You keep talking, okay?
That's the end of it. He's not going to pursue.
Okay. And then this kind of like takes away from like going and getting stuff out of storage. That whole part of town is not safe now. Everything from the middle down should be burned. Burned the whole fire.
That's what you get for going to places where the light doesn't touch.
Alright, so what do you, now,
Everything the light touches
What
is
is-
supposed to be mine.
what is,
You went to where the shadow
what
is.
is everybody else doing?
I know where they're at.
Yeah.
Last we left off, you had left them from, y'all were trying to go,
We were, last that I wrote down, we were at the marketplace and I had found the things.
Okay.
And I think we were headed to the BRT. Is that right?
Well, coinkydink. Can I use second wind?
what's the details of it? I thought I just gave you another action.
No, that's second wind. Get health back for standing.
Oh, then yeah, if you want to. It's your feature. You haven't used it yet today. So yeah, okay, so we'll say right about this time you're there and you're catching up to them. Now you run up behind them. Soul comes up, bleeding, behind his ears, big bruise behind the back of his neck, starting to welt, and his manacle behind his back. What do you guys
So,
do?
what the hell happened?
Don't go down to that part of town, man. It's a bad side of town. Can you help get these off? Can I try to slip out of these? Like
You
a
can
rope?
do the old stepping over your
I
arms
want to
thing.
do that
Try
for
to-
sure.
Okay.
And, can I
give
roll
me an acrobatics check.
an acrobat-
That's a faith
Let me
point.
do my second win first. That way I'm not at 5.
Just for funsies. Yeah.
That way I'm not at 5.
6 health.
5. So that's 10 health back.
Even better. All right. 15 health. Gotcha. All right. So as you're doing that,
And
you
then
shake your head, spit blood on the floor, kind of gritting your teeth, and you just kind of
acrobatics.
pushing through it, sucking it up. Yeah, acrobatic. 18. All right. So yeah, you being a high jumper that you are, you just jump up and
13 feet in the air.
arms out from under you.
And
Yeah.
then landed
Yeah.
perfectly.
Exactly. So what do you guys do?
That's it.
Good job.
Thank you. And I say,
What's the chicken doing? Are you still got her with you?
Yeah,
Dealing with
just
you?
kind of
Walk
pecking at
alongside?
worms. Yes.
is it Lowe's?
Yeah, most back.
Lowe's is impersonating people at the storage building.
Lowe's impersonating people?
Yes, at the storage building, and we need to do something about my handcuffs
Okay.
because he beat me up.
Try to help him take off the handcuffs.
Okay, how do you use?
I don't know. Bobby
We don't
pins.
have a thieves kit.
What are you gonna do?
Can you
How
just
you
go
gonna
in the BRT and get the keys?
to manacles? that set didn't come from there, you go in there and try. If that's what you want to do.
What does he have to roll to like hit it with his great axe and not like what's the chance he's gonna cut off?
I'm interested.
You know, remember the last time you're like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
5% chance.
Yeah, that worked out. That worked out.
Then I can break them with my great axe.
Yeah.
I'm making a cold shot because he's
Oh,
trying to
never
adjust
mind.
the chain, so
5% chance. Don't worry.
automatically it's
Doesn't work out well.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Doesn't work out well. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, in real life, I could probably do it.
Yep. It's not that.
We go in and ask them if they have something that I can try to pick a lock with.
Or if they have what type of these are like regular nowadays handcuffs, or these are like
Most nowadays handcuffs have the same key.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a standard set of
Oh,
things.
right. Just use your
in
key.
there.
Yeah.
It's safe in there. Supposed
I guess I didn't know that handcuff keys are all standard uniform. Yeah, so you go in there, you walk through the meat locker. There's as you walk in, it's blood stain all over the floor. 4 lockers to your right, to your left in this building. Right as you walked in, it's cows hung up, skinned on the left. Probably about 6 just hanging there. Yeah, you walk a little further. Where to go? And there's like the cattle fences, mazing around that leads you in through here and just walk you all the way through there. And there's some meat packed in the back of salt. And as you continue to make your way all the way towards that back, you see your prisoner, I guess your hostage, the bandit, chains all around him and hoisted up, and kind of like Crom was whenever he went on his rampage through the town, only right side up. I think Crom was upside down, but kind of suspended in the air by meat hooks and everything, hooked into his chains, just keeping him up off the ground. And so the 4 are there, and the constables just staring up at him, saying, "Nice of you all to join us."
Like Lowe's is like a social terrorist.
Wiping crust out of his
right?
eyes. That's all right.
Lowe's is like a social terrorist at this point, right? He's body snatching people and whatnot. Did we know? We know.
You know that.
So,
Are you telling this to Constable or they?
I'm not asking the constable if he knows. I'm saying,
Okay.
hey, constable, there is a guy completely unrelated to us. We keep running into him like someone you barely know in town, and he happens to be in town, and he's a bad guy, worse than you might even think I am, and
It's hard to imagine. So.
he attacked me while I was going to my storage unit on a holiday, nonetheless. And hit me over the back of the head and then handcuffed me, and I narrowly escaped without being knocked out. Could you please unlock these handcuffs and then get a sketch artist?
So, I don't know. The idea of you being in handcuffs right now might stand to help our investigation a little bit. Looks to the rest of you.
Hey man, I didn't hurt anybody in that building.
We haven't really decided what we want to do yet anyway.
Man, there's worse people in town than us right now.
I'm fine with leaving them cuffed.
Well, that's what I'm voting against you, so. What do you boys say? Oh, we're indifferent. The rest of them say that. Whatever you say, you're the chief.
That guy belongs in this town because
Yeah, Petroglyph
This
is like,
town.
don't ask me.
What about your cleric? What do you think?
Probably just leave him.
You don't seem to have a vote of confidence from your traveling party. So,
It's better to have his hands where we can see him.
What was the question? I was looking at.
Whether we should leave him handcuffed or not.
well, if
For
we do
now.
get in a fight,
Rock, paper, scissors.
if we do get in
You'd
a
be the only
fight,
vote yes.
Do what?
You'd be the only vote yes if he won.
if we do get in a fight outside, if that guy comes for all of us in a minute to just talk, and decides he wants to beat the crap out of all of us, it's a 3-on-1 instead of a 4-on-1.
Most of our fights are 3-on-1.
No. So on the chance that I have a good day and everything
Did I have a good day?
and everything goes right from now on, then you can. I'm an asset to the group.
Aren't you supposed to not fight on this holiday anyways?
Yeah, and that includes not being able to do self-defense. In the chance that guy comes back to just talk.
Constable looks to the rest of his.
I say to the
He
constable,
says, holiday.
it's a holiday where I come from, where we're supposed to be calm and nice to everyone around us. And I'm trying to enjoy that by just going to my storage and selling some stuff I don't need anymore. And I was attacked on a shadow holiday.
Pulls out a small little piece of parchment. So the incident took place at the Thunders, you said.
Is that the storage?
Yeah.
Yes. And
And who attacked you?
a man, woman, child named Lowe's Anthos. Not to be confused.
Family of people, a man, a woman, and
One
a
guy,
child. Ganged up on you to assault you.
one man, lady, child, person, one. But
We know
strong
He
as
just, he just pushed the parchment back in his back pocket.
We know who Lowe's is.
That's
Like,
the blue one.
you're not trying.
I tell him, I described him to the best that soul remembers what he looks like.
A man, woman, or a child.
As strong as a whole family.
Yeah. He's in Eric Coker right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Eric Coke.
That's all remember.
But he looked like a Kenku though, with black wings, like full on, just like Kenku with wings and stuff.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
I said like.
Just because he was polymorph, that was the
Okay.
version of himself he would have chosen. So. But yeah, it is an AO Copper's body. That's why that's physically allowed to fly.
I say,
But he
at
looks
the
like a
least
Kenku.
constable, if you do not make and write a report right now and be on the lookout for him, he will cause you more trouble than any assumed amount that we have in this town, and it will be hellfire on all the children in the land. And at the least, you can let me
As
leave
you're doing your hands
building.
this way, he grabs your hands and draws his sword and just sheaths it and gets a pin out and undoes your handcuffs.
I thank you. That's what I was gonna say. Can I keep those handcuffs? Okay,
I
whatever.
believe we're gonna have to keep them in process.
Okay, well, you got to. I was gonna say, at the least, you could let me leave this building with the self-defense arms I have intact.
We haven't been able to get anything out of the guy.
You want me to work on
I don't know. You look pretty worked over already. So.
it? Hey man, I'm good. I feel about halfway to strength, and it's like pretty far through the day. I'm doing okay. This seems like the safest place right
The
now.
guy chained up hollers down to you. I don't think you're okay, then, lady.
Let me help.
Oh, hey, Sleeping Beauty's awake.
Let me help. Hey, you can watch.
So they just
You pull
Off
me
to the
out of
side.
there whenever you think it's too much. It's some
So-
strong
what are
interrogation.
you guys gonna do?
Uh,
The scene has you guys looking westward at the end of this place. Like I said, you see just him hoisted up, blood already all over the floor from cattles.
I want to interrogate him.
Okay, how you do it?
Okay, I go over to him and say, okay, so now what's really going on with you and Donovan and that other nameless dead soul?
Just spits at you.
Okay, with like half strength, non-lethal, I punch him in the face. I just want to go like,
Just a smack.
not even worried.
So you just punch him in the face. Your strength modifier. You go ahead and roll a. It's just your strength modifier. So 1 plus whatever your strength modifier is. You
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
You don't have to roll a hit. He's already suspended.
Okay, good, That's 1 plus whatever it is to hit. So
1. Use your modifier, right? Isn't that what we said last time with you? So 2 damage.
Roll 20.
Well, I know what you roll. I'm not making you roll a hit this time. I'm just saying, what is your strength modifier? Because unarmed strike, you're just doing a hit.
Modifier is a 1.
Yeah, so 2 damage. Okay, so you just pop him.
And I
He just smiles. He's like Tyler Durden right now. He's just laughing.
I look back at Constable and say, okay.
And my
Okay,
question, your methods on this day of commons.
We can have fun. Okay, so tell me again,
I could.
without using your saliva, what's going on here? You know what's coming. You know, we can be here all night. I got something to be at 10. We got as many hours until now. Until then.
Got all the time in the world.
Okay, I'm gonna punch him a little harder this time.
Bam. Punch him again.
2 damage.
Just laughs again.
Uh,
He's kind of closing his eyes, wincing. He's like,
I take out my dagger.
I may need some healing if you're gonna do this much longer.
I take out my dagger and I'm like waving it towards Constable. Good.
What's the sacred
So-
from the monastery?
I'm trying to help.
Aren't you supposed to be being nice to everybody?
Dude, I'm completely calm. You want to check my
You want
pulse?
something from here?
No,
Since it's around these parts.
We do this.
No, because you're
The
gonna
old traveling peasant pilgrim.
We got nothing.
Joe Blow could tell you where the Sacred Stone Monastery is.
be talking to you.
Not important. Okay. Cool.
It's one of the haunted keeps.
It's haunted.
Yeah, ghost stories. She want to visit on a holiday?
See,
Thursday. He says,
See,
she
like-
want to visit on a holiday?
she's standing in front or behind.
Well, he's just like cocooned in chains, but they're to his side.
Oh,
as far as you know. Yeah.
Okay, is his feet showing?
Yeah, dangling just his feet and probably up from shoulders up.
Okay, so I kind of put him on the floor. And I,
So you loosen the chains a little bit, give him more slack so he touches the floor.
No, is he chained to the wall?
He's
He's chained.
suspended in by
Yeah.
chains.
Oh, okay. Where are his feet at where I'm standing, like height-wise?
You're probably looking at his midsection.
Okay, so I say, how many toes do you want to keep?
Hang on, I have a more fun idea. Let's use a torch to heat up the tip on the javelin and shove it through his feet. It's a little bit
I take his torch.
What?
I mean,
Oh, I see. An actual. I thought you meant for some reason. I thought blowtorch. I'm like, there's no blowtorches.
I take his torch and
I'm gonna run over to the
gonna-
blacksmith.
I'm thinking heat metal.
I'm gonna heat up my dagger, and I'm gonna say, okay, so I'm gonna cut one of these off, and not gonna bleed out, no, we're gonna cauterize it. So don't worry about that. How many toes do you
Do
want?
what you want to do. I pray to whatever God. I pray to. You do the same. From the earth we're taken, and that's how we'll return.
Dude, there's a lot of parts cut off of you.
Can you tell me what you want? Like what your goal was here?
What's your motivation, man? Don't lie to me. Lie to me.
I want to cast Zone of Truth.
Dude, come on! Stupid stuff!
I was just waiting on it. I was like, how far is
Read
it
me
going
the
to take?
specifics of the spell. Yeah.
Dude.
It specifically says in the campaign book that they will not question answer. You know,
Yeah.
double the
Man,
information.
I
It's
have.
a 15-foot radius. Anyone that enters, and
They have to tell the truth, but they don't
They
have,
have
to
to-
answer. Do they?
they don't have to answer, but they are aware that they cannot lie, and I'm aware of if they failed to save or not.
Dude, I got plus
So
3
it's
inside me.
a
Wasted.
charisma save.
Charisma save. Cool. Good.
And if anyone's within 15 feet of this guy, you also have to make a save. Which I'm assuming
Is it what's
you don't have to answer. You still have to make
is
a
it a
save.
cone or is it just okay? So yeah, it's all of y'all.
What happens if we fail to save?
You,
You-
have,
you
to
have
tell the truth. You don't
You
have to
can't
answer questions.
You can just be quiet, but you
have
can't. But you can't lie.
Okay, I don't have to reveal nothing.
So make a charisma save.
What do I gotta meet?
You got to beat a 15.
This is
That's a
very,
14.
Okay.
very cool development.
Plus,
Nothing.
I guess I'm affected by it too.
10.
14.
Minus-
Everybody just keep up with fails and successes and tell me at the end.
minus-
What is it?
I got a 16. Dirty 20.
Save, fail.
Fail.
Both fail.
So, and I would know this because it specifies that the caster is aware of who failed. So,
Whatever.
you two just might
I don't
not
even
want to
care.
talk.
No, I'm still interrogating. I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm a paladin. Doesn't
No, I'm not going to ask him any questions. He can't lie to anybody.
We can silently cut body parts off this guy.
Do this all
And you so, all right, well, you got 10 minutes, so
1 second. Where's he at in here?
He can like be forced to. Well, I mean, he doesn't have to answer. Is he aware that he?
he is aware
Okay,
that he
well,
can't
we can
lie.
still intimidate him. Then.
He is aware that he cannot
What
lie.
do you got on this?
Huh? What are you looking for?
Banded in here.
Oh.
Can't find it. It's not in the marshal manual. No way.
We just be bad cop, bad cop.
Bad cop, bad cop.
Where is Banded
When Pepper's
at? I just want to find out what is wrong.
he doesn't know.
Yeah, that's like coercive money.
Just a little bit.
Yes.
It does damage.
There's a
It's
limit
not the
to
whole container.
Charisma, you said?
Yeah.
there's a limit to how much pepper can breathe fire throughout the day.
Crit fail. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
You
yes.
just roll first and look. That's crazy. Where's it supposed to be at the player's handbook or the monster manual? I looked in both.
I don't have a second character.
I'll show you this app.
I have the appendix and it starts with bat creature statistics. I don't know. Anyway, I'll find it later. I know it's in here. I had to have it later.
I'll show you this app.
All right, so crit fail, yeah. So fail, and him fail. So what y'all gonna say? Oh, let me roll for the constable. These four guys. Constable pass. You said it's 15.
And
They all
You
passed.
try to ask him stuff first, see if he's like gonna answer anything, and then we'll intimidate him.
What are you doing here, Soul?
Who,
The guy in chains says that.
the guy
to
in
you.
chain says that to him?
I'm volunteering.
Volunteering for what?
Big shit up
Volunteering
people
your
like you.
time. You're doing a good job so far.
Yeah, it's getting there.
That's the truth.
What about Donovan? How come you're so keen on him? You got a hard on for him or something?
Always making friends. Holiday, if you didn't know, asshole.
He's had a really weird day.
I was in the idea of helping all you blind assholes. But I found out about the second one.
Yeah, you like that? There's a little bit of thaumaturgy. It's just a spell. It's a cantrip. Let them change their eyes.
Yeah, it's great.
Why do you travel with this guy? Do you even like him?
Sometimes.
Tolerate's a good word. Why am I being treated? I don't
We love Soul.
know.
So what's your real motivations? You and Donovan and that guy we killed.
What was the leader guy's name? You have it written down. I didn't write it down. Maybe I did.
Doesn't
Sorry,
matter.
did you Stephanie with notes?
Do what?
What was the leader guy's name? I don't think I
Talking
wrote
about
it
the
down.
note that y'all read was LaRock.
The Rock.
Yeah. The Rock
Did you
was,
get making the
was
rock jump?
I don't
guy
know
we killed?
the hostage's name or the guy that I killed's name. We haven't found those up yet.
Oh, okay.
So the constable turns to you guys, you all, just to the group, says, "Why were you at both of your office?"
Well, no, I asked the guy what his real motivations were.
He doesn't have the answer.
And he doesn't have to answer.
I don't think he's going to ask you.
Were we having other Yolanta? I have no soul remembers right.
Yeah, you weren't even there. You were just like completely absent that session. I don't know what was going on.
Anything I found, I didn't read purposely because I wasn't in the mood to read crap that day.
Yeah.
I'm quirky like that, not like other shadow
If I remember correctly, we were there looking for some information.
Yeah, we were there trying to find a group of people called the Dwellverse.
That's vague enough.
That was literally the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 12.
Yeah, we were told that there was some people there that going by the Dwellverse, staying there, that could help us with some questions we had.
And
So he just kind of nods.
and
Seeing him visually, that he looks very satisfied.
I just follow them most of the time.
Because y'all said that to him earlier when y'all were sitting there. He knows that he felt that energy invading him as far as his own truth and knows that you're speaking the truth. That helps a lot.
I got stuff I'm supposed to be doing, but I just go with them most of the time. And then I asked the guy, is Constable waiting on us as on notes?
He was asking y'all that question, y'all answered it, and then he
Okay.
asked you something
So
before.
I said, so what's your real motivations, man? Is that anything?
Just kind of looks to the ground for a minute. Back up at y'all's torch. Thinks to himself, I'm just here to venerate the earth.
What?
I'm just here to venerate the earth.
Okay, venerate. Cleanse.
He just kind of tries to straighten himself as best as he can. He says, that's my bread and butter.
No, I'm asking Mike, what does venerate mean? Does it mean
To
clean?
worship, to
Work?
yeah, uphold, to elevate. So he says, look, if you kill me, to
No, we're
live is
not
great,
gonna
to
kill you.
die is gain. You know,
You're gonna wish you were
maybe Ogremoth will resurrect me. You won't get any praise from me from the ground, but
Since you're
everything that returns to the ground is gain. So.
Since you're all about worshiping, this is my friend. He's a paladin. He's also a man of God. just in two different situations. Look at that. And
You understand being in the wrong place at the wrong time, so maybe you let me go.
you wish. So
Can't let me go for try.
I'm gonna help him. He's gonna intimidate him. I'm gonna help him. So I'm gonna hold the guy. He does whatever, and we ask him again. So why don't you explain it?
Why is it that you wanted to kill the party?
Want's a strong word. Carries a lot of implication.
Specifics!
Carries a lot of implication. So you punch him in the face. His head just kind of rolls back. Won't probably be an accurate word now. Maybe not the whole party tries to do his neck from the whiplash.
What made you think it would be possible?
Rope of one cord isn't very strong, but a rope of many cords is different. You've got the numbers in this room. But we're quite a few ourselves.
You kill him.
Small, non-lethal, and he still takes damage. I'm not trying to do damage. I'm just
1,000 moths will still die with a single flame.
these are like pimp slaps. So like he's gonna recognize but not get hurt.
He just looks you dead in the eye and says, forewarned is forearmed. So I'm just letting you know. You can kill me today. 3 or 4 more will shoot up, take my place.
So where's the root of your cause? Where does it come
Is
from?
intimidation not doing anything? Like
He's in a zone of truth, I mean, and he's speaking to you.
But the
That
intimidation-
is you successfully having intimidation instead of him just not saying anything.
okay. Whatever.
So what is the root of your cause? Who is driving this?
So he just kind of shuts down.
Who is the Rock to you?
So he just seems to jump to attention at that. He said, "How do you know Laurent? Are you did the monastery send you here? Are you a hit for Laurent? Or
Too bad you can't lie.
he can lie. He passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
You know, old buddies.
I find that hard to believe. You seem like you fit in more with the wetbacks.
Feels racist, but okay.
Well, for you, Tim, he's talking about the water cultists.
Yeah.
with some real
Literal, not, you know.
Dude.
I know, but I wanted to make sure. Cover my base.
White people talking about wetbacks. This is bad.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we have our off-camera friend that you're just multicultural.
Alright, so
Oh, yeah.
what else?
This is out of the character. What exactly did the letter say? I don't have. I have notes written down. I don't have the whole thing. They were like tricking.
In exile, firmly devoted, something so I could hear, and I forgot to ask what it said. Course of action, arrived at Red Larch. These believers seem easy to bend to our will. We believe moving stones, notated truths. Erroneous actions they could correct. We completed our mission to take out Red Larch to pilgrims, storyteller, and 2 dragonborn.
Okay. I'll ask him, why is the Rock interested in power over Red Larch?
Grassroots efforts.
It's the vaguest truth. I've never heard truth.
Do you know the Raven Queen?
Further Raven Queen.
Makes sense. They're both really, really vague.
Okay. I didn't know where you were going with that. Like, do you know the Raven Queen? It's
I'm
like,
just
yeah, you're just
like-
like, oh, okay, cool.
I assume there's just like a group, and it doesn't matter what planes they're on, they all hang out and talk to each other, and the one thing they have in common, they're all vague about
Yeah.
everything.
So you guys see that new movie?
Yeah, we saw it. It's okay. I mean, the people really made it.
Do you have any ideas what to ask him?
I asked the constable was killing this guy off the table. I mean, is cutting parts of him off the table.
Now we're just gonna look at each other.
Live would be better because they'll leave fewer of his pop-ups, as he calls them.
When the constable turns, she says, "Aren't you afraid some of his associates will come and try to spring him from here,
Nah.
possibly drawing more
Constable,
attention to Red Large, bringing
One-
more of them down upon us?"
One of them's already escaped. They're already out there somewhere.
Exactly. Someone
This
else to
man
tell the
is-
tale.
I mean, whatever we can get out of this guy, right?
How much more we can get?
Oh, we can work. We can go
You
on.
only get so much blood out of a stone.
Didn't tell no tales. Probably be
Yeah,
safer
so,
community.
Start heating up the blade.
well, Constable, what we could do is use him as a bait.
Yeah, how so?
We
We
remove
use
his
him
petals.
alive. And let them carry their messages and view us torturing him, trying to get information.
This is
And then when they show up to rescue him, if they show up,
So what all have you guys learned? Maybe we could get word back to the monastery that maybe he gave us some truths, gave us some information.
He did give us.
Leave him alive, let him go, and let them deal with the problem for us. You know, let word reach their ears that maybe he told us more than what he should have. And at this, he's getting kind of a widened-eyed, panicked look. You know?
Well, I mean, he told us about the rock. He told us about how they made the believers.
Yeah, you probably
Believe.
want to question the believers of your town. They seem to have bent pretty easily to these outsiders.
I mean, they're obviously trying to influence the believers to gain control over Red Large. Isn't that true? Nameless man in chains.
What's your name?
on a side note,
So
that's
the name is
pretty
earned.
private.
You haven't earned my name.
Ert? Is that like a family name? Just
Snickers.
passed down.
Could we speak in private?
I'm gonna call
Us?
him.
Me?
No, like
Toddy.
our
Says,
character.
I'd rather you kill me
That was in
than
character.
have my cult do it.
Or to know your name?
Hey guys, that was the truth.
What was the truth?
That he would rather us kill him than his cult.
Are you okay?
We also now know there's an Earth cult.
Can you guys? Yep.
He goes,
Oh.
Did you find guys?
Phone guy.
I tried.
Yeah, I know there's a
Not until we
water
level
cult.
up.
Oh.
do what? What are you saying?
None of your business, DM.
Okay.
I was hoping that we could let him go and let them track him.
Well, I mean, probably find him again at some point.
When he comes back to murder us.
Yeah, that's when I gain my skills.
They're here to stab you. You're level 4, by the way.
Damn it. That was like as soon as we level up to level 4, we rest, and then the fungus like start freaking out. Oh guys, he's here to kill you. What? Knife.
My mushroom sense is too bad.
Yep. Smells like a tea steak.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, I'll
no.
live a little bit more. I'm gonna look for something.
Well, that time says Brad.
For you, depending on how what the encounter with Lowe's happened.
Is it like unused crap now?
Characters that people like.
Does that just go in the unused pile?
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna go into the to hurt him later.
Now that you're among friends of unused stuff that's been planned for 2
Okay,
weeks.
so as y'all are talking, where are y'all
We're in
at? I'm just seeing how where is that in relation to what I'm doing in the map.
the.
I think we're
Oh
in
Uh,
10.
god. Shit, see me.
So y'all are about right. Y'all are here.
We're where?
Y'all are here. Give me a perception check.
16.
Whew. Yeah, anything above 15, I'll let y'all hear.
Hey.
18.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7.
7.
All right. In the faintest ambient noise, like barely hearing, maybe even if you could distinguish an AC unit kicking on. Y'all just almost hear from in this direction a yelp, a scream, and you just kind of vaguely feel the ground tremor a little bit.
That's where you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds a good ways off. Like
Where did it come from? I can't see where you're pointing. So like east, south, left, north.
northwest. Maybe you should move over. Maybe you should move over a bit.
Your head's all the way. From the where?
Yeah, northwest.
Northwest.
So y'all's right.
Can't be far. Hear what?
And then we felt the ground tremors.
Constable,
Barely.
did you hear that noise?
So you want us to stay here and you go check it out?
Constable, did you
Yeah.
feel those vibrations in the ground?
Come to think of it, yeah.
I heard
I do have to have one of those hairs sticking up on the back of your neck, kind of feels. You think they're coming? You think he's an entourage is on the way here?
Probably.
The zone of truth is still happening, right? I'm gonna ask him. Do you know what's going on with these sinkholes?
Is this something that you guys are doing underneath?
Just kind of say, we might be collateral from what we're doing around here.
Tell the constable that I found his sinkhole problem.
I'm not owning that.
I put my dagger.
I'm not saying that's completely our fault.
I put my dagger away.
There's a lot
So
going
what
on.
is it that you're doing?
There's a
Are
lot
you
going on in the battle.
building a tunnel? A pathway?
Just kind of snorts in your ears and he just doesn't say anything else.
I'm gonna take your silence
Oh, sorry.
as a
I didn't
yes.
reach him.
You're good.
Says, kill me or release me. Shaking
that
the
a
chains
yes?
and he just starts shaking.
So,
And he just starts screaming, ah, 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 and just thrashed and stays down.
They're building the tunnel.
yeah,
Billy in the garage.
yes. That's probably why.
That's all he's doing now. He's just shaking back and forth, hoping maybe to
Even after I slap him?
come off his knee or chill and fall down.
Big Dirks, but you wanna. Oh shit, I don't know. Are we asking this guy or not?
I don't mind.
I can't do it.
I couldn't remember if we decided on that.
We were killing them.
I see, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I
I
think
thought that's what
that,
you said. I wasn't sure.
I think that we probably should. I think we were just using the threat of letting his people kill him as more of a threat than anything else.
Okay, yeah.
One of y'all can do it. I got religious appreciation.
I'm fine with it.
So y'all plan on killing him?
You can be our executioner.
Yeah, put him down from the chains. I want to see if he can get away before I can kill him.
Wow.
I'm not gonna
Never
participate.
mind.
It can be sporting.
I'm not gonna participate anymore.
I don't want to help, but I want to see it.
Right, like last time I just turn around. I don't leave the room, I just turn. But like, just back into the corner and close my eyes.
Okay. So,
He just wants
do y'all
to
tell the
kill
constable to let him
flames.
down, or are you telling him not to do that and just do an overkill type of thing? Just tell me how y'all are doing it and that's how I proceed.
I mean, this guy has caused some serious problems, and he would have tried to make an attempt on our life and not overheard them. So,
How many blind people do you have to kill?
I don't have to kill anybody. I haven't killed a single one yet.
Just ramping it up to me not, so I'm not gonna end up
Okay.
attention.
Well, while you guys do this, I'm gonna go check out the new sequel.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Did y'all hear it?
I don't know.
But y'all said something about it.
I didn't hear it. She heard it.
You-
17.
okay, yeah,
But she just used the word new sinkhole, and I'm just like, oh, man.
I'll hang out with her.
Okay, so,
I just,
so you're staying behind to kill this guy and you're staying here as well?
Well, we're just going to start heading that way, I'm assuming, so I don't have to watch the blood.
I've decided I'm gonna watch.
Okay. So y'all letting him down then?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just kill him.
So what weapon you want to use and how do you
Now you're like, I don't want to watch anymore.
how do you want to end it for him?
Said he wanted to like give him a chance. Like let you run around the square room until he grabs all of you.
We're gonna use
So
this
as he
guy.
sees you kind of
Chance.
shuffling through your person, picking out your weapon of choice, he just kind of, that somberness kind of settles down.
I
on you.
say, hey, use this.
Resign
Like,
yourself to-
hold out the well penis. Use I can't do it right now because of religion.
Sure.
He sees that, he's like, please don't dig me
This is
down.
how you're going.
Please don't dig me down.
Get
Don't
dig-
take me
Get dig
I'm
down.
gonna shove the whelp penis in down his throat. Just,
Alright. That's the end of it.
Whew.
That's it. You dicked him down.
I think that's like the worst way somebody's died in this game so far.
And any campaign I heard playing.
And I kind of like
Top
cleaned it
five
off.
for me, for sure.
The constable's still in there, Mills? Constable, do you need his stuff for?
You keep what you kill. And then he kind of turns the wheel on the wall, he's got the chains, and he just drops. And so,
Does he have anything on him, like that short sword and stuff?
no, they still have that.
We can't.
Are you asking?
we're gonna take his wing.
I say like, do y'all need like, is the short sword really
Does
evident?
this thing still need its head?
He notates the other guard, and the guy just tosses it to you.
Oh, sweet.
Says, clean up when you're done. And they start
Thank you.
walking out.
You have anything
So-
else?
You don't know, he's covered up in chains.
Okay.
It takes some time. It's going to probably take you 10 minutes to take all the chains off.
I was
We're heading
searching.
out.
I'm gonna be searching.
All right.
There's
So
the
10
head.
minutes later, you'll have all the chains off.
Can I, like-
Maybe you can roll investigate. It won't be a high DC.
Okay.
Okay. So y'all are leaving out. Y'all go towards the direction of the sound. It was the Kelvin path, and y'all see that the crow's nest has fallen over, and there's someone pinned underneath there. Presumably the guy that was in the crow's nest, and people are trying to lift it up off of it, pushing parts of the railing of it that have broken off of them, and throwing it, moving it, lifting it, doing what they can to try to get this guy out. So, what do you guys do?
I'll go help.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help.
So, yeah, give me a strength check. Give me a 8.
It's an 11.
16.
16. You get nervous. 13. Okay, so y'all moving it all off, no problem. Oh, he just kind of bear crawls out, clutching his side, his ribs, and sits up on his knee to. Oh, oh.
We cried.
I thought you were about the Family Guy.
Me too.
That's what he's doing. And so, I don't know what happened, but crow's nest just fell.
Is there a sinkhole around?
I don't know.
The yelp was probably him, and the tremor was probably the crow's nest fall.
I want to inspect
Happened to
where
see
the
a bird
legs.
nest.
All right, you want to inspect the legs of it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, did somebody
Give
cut
me
these?
a 14.
14?
14. You see that it is deliberately been compromised, like hacks taken into it.
Yeah. Ask him about the
Wouldn't
bird.
mind.
Hey, bud, did you hear or see any kind of birdman?
Yeah, I did actually. As I was in here looking around, I seen the guy that you've been traveling with get attacked over there by the Thunder Storage, and then the two seemed to have a talk, and the one ran off. He shouted after him, and he disappeared into that 4th unit.
You don't think he had anything to do with your tower falling?
Not that I could tell.
Roll my investigation check for that dead guy.
It's not intimidating. This is you and Iron Fang again.
I wrote
All
this
there-
down
all
for
there at
you.
the-
Just so you know.
It's gonna be in there.
It loaded to the 4th unit.
Moses.
That he went into the 4th unit.
That's what you got.
What? Where's my? What unit's my stuff in?
Yours is the first one.
Okay, good.
He went in that fourth. The only one that was still closed when he walked in.
Yeah.
So you did see the Birdman attack our friend?
Is that what happened? From here, I couldn't tell. I just
Well,
seen him
they
standing
had
there.
a like a rough conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Got heated.
Yeah.
I hate that for him. Yeah. He got up. Everything seemed fine. It looked like he was actually helping him to his feet, but I couldn't tell. I'll take your word for it.
He was helping him to his feet. Oh, maybe Lowe's isn't that bad.
He's so words.
What's your passive? I know you're 14, right? Is that right?
My passive is like 15. Yeah, my passive is 15.
What are we looking at?
Passive perception.
What year? Thursday?
12.
12? You're 11? 12 and 12? Okay. So y'all all, what's that?
Wisdom base for the winner.
You guys all see at this corner somebody shady, you know, kind of cloak over his head, just kind of propped up against their, looks human,
Looks human.
slender, just, yeah, staring at y'all, looking at the scene.
I'm going to casually approach shady figure.
You guys walk with her, you stay and talk to the guy from the Crow's Nest?
I'm gonna try to flank him, just in case.
Now I know what I'm looking for. Okay. I was trying to find where that building that was, not that it really matters that much. So you walk up to him and approach, and you are going to walk. If you're going to flank, I'll let you disappear behind here. I don't know. Roll stealth with this. Roll really good stealth check to try to get away without him seeing you. Okay, I mean, he's pretty much leaning right there, got a view of everywhere you would try to flank.
20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
You don't you have disadvantage?
Okay.
You gotta have it on.
Okay, so as the people that are there trying to help walk by, you blend into the. Yeah, you have disadvantage if you have heavy armor on.
He
He
does.
doesn't have on the
You don't?
I
Awesome.
do.
So you kind of like meld into the group, like Assassin's Creed, disappear into them and walk behind here. Yeah, and just dart back this way and walk right through here. Look in on the scene of what you wrought in there at that guy through one of the windows again, just kind of snicker and keep walking by. All right, so he's looking that way, facing them now. And unless you want to stop and see Soul snooping, if that interests you at all.
I feel like a small spook on the back of my neck as someone like dashes by the window. Like I see a hay bale dash from the window.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's nat 20.
It's like the cartoon when they're walking with the bush.
Music.
Did you ever watch the movie The Stupids?
No.
No. Oh my god, it's the stupidest movie ever. But this guy, like, he hides in a bush, and he's like, oh my god, I'm a bush. And he starts walking, he's like, a walking, talking bush. And he just, like, holds little bush, like, things in his hand.
Alright, I just want to find out what that building was for y'all. Just because I want to know.
You'll have to watch it.
It's right there. 16 is that. Okay, that's Welver's Wagon Works. Okay, so anyway, so y'all approach it, and as y'all reach him, he says under his hood, face kind of obscured, he says, "Those bands I've said, he wants to meet you guys tonight. If you can make yourselves available sometime at nightfall, meet us at the pyre at the monument, and I'll take it to you. I'm just a messenger. Take me free copy to come tell you."
Cool. Sounds good to me.
So he walks off. Sorry, I just shut this. So, what time did you last? Like, what was it, 4 o'clock? So
3:30. So you tell me what time it is now after.
we're all out. Says 4:45. So, what do you guys want to do now? You want to cut to his activities with Minnie, and then do y'all meeting up to go confront Lowe's, or what?
I've got my own investigation.
Roll investigate. And then y'all tell me what you want to do. After he investigates the
5.
body.
Plus nothing.
You go with Vinny, bud.
Yeah, you just see he's got common clothes on, leather armor, and when you peel it back, you see that he is self-mutilated and carved the sacred stone of the cult of the Black Earth symbol on himself.
Okay.
All known as scarification,
I compartmentalize that.
not tattoo, but
And
scars. all on his sides.
so common clothes,
Leather armor.
awesome, and nothing else. Are these chains the property?
With a 5.
Of the BRT?
Do what?
Are the chains the property of the BRT?
Probably.
It's not like his own. He's just carrying around or something.
Yeah, they just
Chain him up with his own chains.
I take
two chains. I got a few on.
leather. It's so lucky you just had it on him. Common clothes and leather on.
you were hiding off in the alley. Y'all converge, I assume. Talk about what you're gonna do. Meet back at the Soul, tell what the plan is. Or you leave him in the dark. Or y'all slink back and watch Soul and try to find out what Soul does. He thinks nobody's watching.
I'm gonna tell them that I don't think it's a good idea that we tell Soul about the Lowe's situation because Soul seems really salty. I mean, I don't like Lowe's more than the next guy. I'm kind of pissed at him myself. I don't know
What do
why.
you think? I mean, that's your old companion or ally.
What time did Lou say? He just said it
After
dark.
nightfall, yeah.
I mean, if it's still the holiday, he can't do anything about it.
I am defenseless.
Is there a way that we could muzzle Soul?
Dude, like, there's a murderer coming after
You're not here. They're talking outside of Welver's wagon wheel.
Yeah, I'm talking as me.
We could put the.
Okay, so he has a hot date with that old ass woman, right?
At 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock. That's
After
nightfall.
nightfall.
10 was like just a reference number.
Well, as soon as he leaves to go lay the smack down
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say we're going back to
He's got no place.
the Helmet High Sun or
the
something.
Helmet High Sun, yeah. Tell him to meet us there. We'll meet with Lowe's.
See what's up.
Uh-huh.
He's looking up like how to find out if my
I,
friends hate me.
I was like wondering like what Gibson was doing with his band of vampires, and now I know what it's like.
Okay, so that's the plan then. So y'all just want to cut to when y'all reconvene again. We'll say that y'all go to the helm for drinks. Y'all are just sitting around. You order dinner. If you want to mark off 3 copper, go ahead and do that to eat. And then discuss your plans. You tell Soul. How do you?
So I say, so I finally got those chains off of that guy,
Yeah.
and I found some common clothes, which is good because 2 pairs.
Yeah, RP, end of the day, talking amongst yourselves and, you know, still forming y'all's group, cementing y'all's friendships and whatever, while over dinner.
I found some leather armor, and then he had like, we're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had marks that he put on him. To keep
They-
it on.
And I'll hold up the cult sign for the earth. Do
That
they look like
one.
that?
Yeah.
It's the cult.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you a picture real quick. I have a picture of the Helmet High Sun now.
Neat.
And say to Artemis, hey, did you get a chance to read?
This is where y'all are eating at. Imagine yourself at one of these tables.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna read them. We don't have them over.
Well, give me. You don't care about what was it? The history of symbols.
Except in my version of that, imagine this behind the counter and sunken back a little bit into second.
Oh, I
Y'all
know.
can see into because that's how we've talked to Justin.
Yeah.
Strong.
Boots.
Do what?
Got fancy boots.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, you
okay. Here's what I thought.
I got confused for a minute.
Fancy booze, what it is?
Oh, he's asking for his books back,
Oh.
but he can't carry them yet.
I don't need to carry them.
I was gonna ask something.
Do y'all want to read that at the table?
I can't remember.
No.
Do y'all read anything? Or
Not
talk?
right.
I'm just
not,
giving y'all, you know.
Not in
yeah.
public because there's
Okay.
old books.
Good deal.
You got some marker on them saying property of boarding house.
Yeah, property of Mother Yolantha. Please don't steal. Please, please, please.
Yeah, kill on site if book is being used outside building.
Got like a howler in it.
It's just got the library stamp at the back. That's,
Yeah, and as
Mother
we're reading
Yolantha's
the
Bible.
history of symbols book, we see like, oh, that's what that symbol means, like kill on sight if it's on something that someone's reading, and it's like, oh,
Uh-oh.
Canon.
I steal away the darkness.
So y'all talking any other plans of Lowe's, or y'all gonna say y'all gonna meet here again later and try to give him a
I'll bring up
misdirection?
the trembling and sound you heard earlier. Somebody knocked over the guard tower.
It looked
Yeah.
deliberate.
Yeah, so it looked like somebody had slashed through the bases of it and knocked it down.
wasn't there like a crow on top of that or something?
There was a person. There was a live, real person that was up there.
Were they okay?
Yeah, we got him out.
Hurt his knee a little bit.
Yeah, I can do a pretty good impression of how he sounded.
Did y'all find anything else at all?
Not really.
Pass, there's rough.
All right. Roll insight. Roll deception.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I would think out of the four of us, Dursba wouldn't lie to me.
That's petrichor. So maybe.
Yeah, I know. That's why I started asking Dursba.
Oh.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's a 17.
Okay. So you realize with the
Really?
natural one that he's
No.
he's flat out lying to you.
Well, I mean,
Nothing.
we didn't find out anything.
Yeah, I didn't find out
technically
anything.
At the.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, we didn't find out who cut the thing down. I don't know.
Let's go back to what was said 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Did y'all find anything
About the thing, no. About the guard tower, I have
from
no
the
idea.
outside world?
Oh,
outside the
the Lowe's is in the 4th unit. That's the
Ah!
storage unit.
And
That's all the guard told me.
what are we doing about that?
That's a gift for you, bud.
Yeah, maybe he's just kind of sitting in the.
The way I see your night playing out is you go get some play, and go by the storage unit.
You know how I say like we killed the bandits, even though I just like went into the other room.
That is true.
Lowe's is our problem.
I don't have an issue with it.
with Lowe's.
It's not that bad. I mean, he's made some wrong choices, but
Yeah, tell him yourself.
Are you being sincere? If so, okay. Roll deception. Roll insight if you'd like to.
Yeah.
You took my good 20 for the night.
Take a +2 to your deception roll.
What's 17 and a 9?
So you believe he's being sincere.
17 plus something and a 9. I still feel like something's off about
18, 20.
You cover for me now. That's all covered with petrichor. I'm inherently bad at lying.
Is it dark? Is it
Yeah.
dark?
Yeah, it's dark now.
Okay.
So with what they've just told, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like Minnie's waiting on you.
Well, I'm still kind of bothered, and I have an appointment. Can someone escort me to Minnie's house?
Where's Minnie's house at? It's on the way, isn't it?
And just like make sure I get
Do you want
inside.
me to hold your hand on the way to your day appointment?
I mean,
Dear
we can't
anyone.
take you inside.
What?
Can't
We-
do that. Cannot physically stomach.
It's like
the
through a
thought.
sheet.
Nope.
Yeah. We can't like take you inside and push for you, bud.
So I don't know who anyone
Hold
is
her
anymore.
hips.
Yeah. Like hold her and then someone stands behind you and just
Yeah.
like I can't. We can't
14
do that.
is minis. Right here.
And that's on the way to the fire.
The fire's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way back.
I mean, yeah, we could walk you down there, I guess.
Yeah, that way let most of the people jump on you.
We'll look out for you because that is pretty close to the storage units.
I don't want to be mini right now.
The world's trying to rail me harder than I am me.
Okay.
Let me get you some of that snaggle poop.
Before we go down there,
You got your duster with you, not from Pablo's off?
Want to cast bless?
while they're finished eating, can I just summon my shadow?
You can do it at the table if you want.
I want to do that and just have him in.
But
my-
no, let me be clear. He is not a shade like what Abaddon was. He is a manifested
So he's
off the ground.
3D.
beside you,
Okay.
5 feet. You know.
I'm gonna summon, so y'all know, man.
Are you doing this in the Helmet High Sun?
You just at the dinner table?
That's why I'm asking.
And he's just like,
That's why I'm
They're
asking.
gonna raise questions.
If you were a
Eyes
commoner
roll-
or a
eyes roll
peasant
back of
in a
his
village who had previously had magic wardings up, and a shadow all of a sudden
I
manifests.
thought it would be seen as like she has 2 familiars, I got 1.
yeah, but yours is a shadow.
You do you. I'm just asking. That's why I'm asking.
A chicken is
The
a
perception will be whatever it
pseudo
is.
dragon.
Can he just be
You can do it outside.
under the back of my cloak?
Why don't you just like do like, hey, when we get outside, be like, hey, I have to use the porta potty or something, and then just do it in there.
I'm just gonna do it when we stand outside.
It takes a lot to get ready before he
These people
gets
probably know the dark story of Peter Pan, so if you do that,
That is true. You're gonna steal their children.
yeah, they're gonna think you're a pedo.
No.
Pedo.
That boy's after Minnie because she's got a young daughter. Or young granddaughter. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a little girl.
Yeah. I still have her instrument. I have that written down. We have so many open threads.
I'm trying to remember which one was the right one.
I just want to know which one gets us to level 4.
Y'all have 2 missions left to do. The sinkhole and then the map, and we'll start complete with everything.
And those are the 2 that are on top.
So as y'all stand up to leave, Garland and Justron, they motion toward it's kind of getting rowdy. Right by the door, somebody gets thrown out the window. They rush over there, knock one of the guys out, drag him out, help the one guy to his feet. As I assume you are all leaving, you are stopping to help or anything like this. This is commonplace.
Yeah.
Question before we get to May's house. Can I have my armor on and still whip it out? I gotta take out my armor every time I go to the bathroom?
I don't. The way you said that, I don't think you. You're talking about when you go to the bathroom or when you go
Well,
to
I would assume every time I just go
You
to
would-
number 1, I gotta take off my whole suit.
You would be like, whipping it out, pissing, however you would piss. You'd be like through your metal. You wouldn't be able to actually get any kind of thrust action. You
You
can piss
probably just
because you have,
have to just like take your belt off and drop the loincloth part.
you have like plate or what kind of
You got half
armor?
plate, I think.
Yeah, yours takes 30 minutes to take off. So yeah, no, you
So I
can't
gotta
you
get
can't
there,
wear that
I
while
gotta
you
get
have
there
sex.
and then take off the
With
armor.
minis, it's only about 5.
What?
With minis,
You wouldn't be able to get any kind of
I don't know.
penetration. You could get your dick out. That's it. Pardon my language.
You probably
Can I have this
Use-
leather armor on while I whip it out?
use the handle of the axe.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
top-
gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do my pants.
Waist up, you can have armor on, and waist down, you can not. But that's it.
Wait, was he just asking because he's actually wearing armor? Or trying to figure
Yeah,
it out?
he's like, guys, I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah, he's wanting to have sex with her through the armor. Golly, it was bad.
Because when he was like, I assume when I go to the bathroom, I was
Just so pissed in his armor. It's rusting right here.
no wonder he smells so bad. It smells like ammonia.
The arm
dude.
just looks that way. He's like, what? You smell?
No, I was like, wait a second, no, it's not me.
They just like accidentally shove soul into her, like, clean yourself up.
Y'all haze him, yeah. They haze Caleb on Critical Role all the time.
Didn't
Stinking.
Did he pooped his pants? Didn't he?
Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Did he ever clean those pants, or is he still wearing
Yes,
them?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm wearing mine.
Yeah, I was about to say. I remember you burning yours.
Besides, he's eluded so many people now. I'm sure he's come back on
Well, he just picked up another
change of
pair
common clothes.
clothes.
Yeah. Old soul, man, I tell you.
Do it.
It's an old soul, I tell you what. It's crazy.
He's the favorite,
It's something.
the chosen one.
We'll wait for him.
Huh?
So we'll wait for him. This is a big deal for him. He has like a 15-step plan around having sex with me. He told me.
Share nothing.
I didn't tell him the plan.
He just said there was like a
I mean, like,
15
Well,
step
you don't
plan.
know the plan.
Step
But-
1 through 13 is getting the armor off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Step 15 is putting
You
on
didn't
back
know
on.
you couldn't have sex through armor.
Dude, I make plans for what I want to do on the idea of stuff I know already.
See now
I don't question.
Now we think that you're stinky because if it takes 30 minutes every time you have to use the restroom, we're assuming you've just been going in it.
Okay. So, as y'all walk that way, do you summon your shadow?
You have disadvantage on all stealth checks when you're upwind.
You take a moment, take the dagger out, cut your hand, expend the hit dice, place it on there.
Crap.
Summon the shadow. You all see that taking place? Y'all say anything about that?
Oh, wait, I gotta have a hit dice to summon him.
You don't have any more hit dice? I don't think you used many. But you may have. I know you use second wind.
I forget to add them during the months. I'm gonna go.
For the purposes of this, I'll let you do it. Since
Okay.
I hadn't kept up. We go by the honor system. You need to keep up that stuff.
Yeah.
So we see this happen?
Yeah. So, but just because it's not a big deal. So Yeah, so you summon it. Yeah, y'all see it. We all say role play that.
Yeah. So why do you need the shadow? Does it help you if someone
Yeah.
watches?
If I go to Minnie's house and
It kind of whips over and curls around you, missing like what's that thing in Harry Potter?
The dimension.
Yeah, it kind of hovers over you, then back behind him.
I just felt like Shadow, calm down. God, calm down. It's like, don't worry. It's not gonna do nothing. It's a protection. I'm really worried that I get to Minnie.
I wasn't that scared.
I'm really worried that I get to Minnie's house and I go change armor and she's Lowe's. Or the little girl is Lowe's.
Yeah, justified.
Yeah, so.
Because
as
Lowe's
long
is
as-
already.
So, as long as I maintain concentration, I got a little bit of defense while I get out there.
Yep. All right.
Wow.
You're not gonna be putting in great effort if you're trying to maintain
That's what I was
concentration.
thinking. Yeah.
Hey, man, it's just about numbers.
It's a numbers game.
Numbers game.
So true. I see. I walk there.
I'm not trying to live up 70 years of experience.
All right, so you get in there. Open the door. The little bell rings.
We've walked him down there. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're walking back.
Shh, shh, shh. Hush, Salt. Back here in the back.
Say, hey, I need to use the restroom
Okay. First hall. First door on the left. So you go in the hallway.
Why the indoor plumbing?
Just kidding.
I go to the bucket
It's
room.
like a hole in a bench and out the floor where the wall's not joined.
And I close the door. Is the door locked?
I love the door lock.
I check around some corners in the bathroom before I close the lock. There's no one in
There's
the closet.
there's no.
No
Oh,
one behind a
Go
medieval
to the house.
curtain.
Look at it.
Yeah. he's good.
Okay, close and lock the door. Say, give me a minute, change. And,
30
I take off the armor and I'm going to put I can fucking leather armor.
Like I said, you can have waist up leather armor.
You can't just pull the waistband up.
How effectual would that be if something happened? If you tried to move it all, you'd trip. We're just gonna say
I'm just saying they're like down, like they're at mid thigh. I just slid them down.
Sure.
You think Minnie's gonna let you get away with that?
I like
You
to.
expect a shot.
I walk in there, like that.
Already like that? Just
30 minutes.
I thought you said already like that with a pull down. You're just presenting yourself like I present to you.
No.
You open her bedroom door and she's sleeping. What do you do?
She's sleeping.
After 30 minutes, she fell asleep. What do you do?
Worked out better than I thought.
What?
So,
How long is your shadow last? An hour? Or just
As long
until
as
you
I
make it?
maintain
As long as you do it? Okay. I didn't go back the day we changed it and amend that to anything? Go ahead and RP it while I'm looking for it.
I'm going to walk through the house.
Okay.
Touch Minnie's face.
Walk through the house.
Not touch anybody's. Not
She
touch anybody's.
closed.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
It's up there at the top. My duration.
So, can I, like.
So
I thought you
if you
said-
summoned it
No,
in
no,
the
no,
street,
no.
but you would have known that. You would have known that. We'll say that you did it in the bathroom when you were taking your armor off.
Last time we talked about this, I asked, and I thought you said 10 minutes is how long it takes to cast it, or were you talking about
Ritual casting time takes 10 minutes, but the concentration of the ritual, once you've done it, the spell lasts for 10 minutes as well.
Okay, can I just cast it again after I change? Okay, just give them the next 10 minutes.
So that's another hit point too. It's like one hit point and one hit dice. So you're
Never
down
mind.
2 hit points.
Never
I
mind.
mean, it don't matter. It's just 2 hit points. But if you want to do it, you can. Okay, so you don't do it this time.
Wait.
So you lost your cuckold that you were going to have your shadow watching you do that.
We say I used it the one time already.
Yeah,
Well,
you just-
that's why I said you could say that you didn't do it then. You did it when you got in the back.
like I said, you would know how your spell works.
Oh, okay.
So, but
Yeah, it would have made sense because I didn't need him with me when I had him walking me to her house.
so you do it in the bathroom.
So I did it in the bathroom,
Yeah,
and
no problem.
I walked through the house.
Okay.
I memorize the layout. I find the little girl's room.
Okay.
She's sleeping.
She's not in there.
I didn't see it anywhere in the house.
You're sure she? Well, no, you didn't.
Where is she?
You don't see her.
I don't see her anywhere in the house.
She's not in the house. The little girl, when you walk through the house, she's not in there. You hear
She probably
chickens
made her
clucking.
leave because she was gonna get laid.
As any parent would know when you try to make for plans or something.
Like,
Okay,
why don't you go
so,
sleep? You're gonna be
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to just give it to you.
so the windows in the house I walked.
Yes, they're like the old school ones where like you crank them out.
So so I imagine there's a little girl's room and there's Minnie's room. No.
There's
Right
not
upstairs.
What?
She's gonna
Upstairs.
sleep for 4 hours, and he's just like stealthily just.
Find a window. Is there a window in the hallway? Okay, unlock that.
We're back. What? This thing sneak
And
back in
then-
later.
Not open to anything. It's just unlocked.
Okay.
I go in the Minnie's room.
Okay.
And I kind of measure away.
Okay.
I'm not gonna watch
She
this.
says,
And she's like laying in the
"Nice to
bed.
finally join myself."
She's like laying in the bed, and I come to the side and it's like,
Yeah, what do you do? Right
I'm
beside
sorry.
Stephanie.
it's like, hey.
Caress her
Rub her
face.
hair.
Yeah.
I brush her hair out of her face.
Okay, you do that. She kind of grabs your hand
Her old age.
and leans, lays her hand on your hand.
Yeah, sure. Don't mess with the perp.
Okay.
What?
Baby's here.
And I clear my throat as if I've had something in it the last 16 episodes. Like, hey, baby.
Okay.
Daddy's here.
And
Silver fox you've been waiting on all day long.
all right. Now roll
Performance.
performance first. Yes. First.
It's in the plan where it doesn't matter how this goes.
Okay. Cool. I'm glad you have a plan.
What's
Give
the
me- give me a
out
10.
of 15?
Give me a 10.
That's a 1.
So as you're saying that, your shadow like gets right up behind you, and you
Like
feel
the
it,
girl in the shadows
and
just
you
like,
can't get
How many ones?
you can't get blood down there, so you're just a limp noodle as you start trying. All right, so now
I try to talk my way
My
out.
late husband
That's
did
right.
this.
That's like,
hold on, no, you're in it now. Roll one Constitution check for me.
Constitution check. 10.
10. Okay, that's fine. You're in there. She's on top doing the granny thing.
I have my ability modifier up. 10.
So you don't chafe from the dryness or anything like that. But so that was the Constitution. If you're trying to break it and end it now, I was going to make you do 2 more. But go ahead and do a persuasion to try to stop.
spin on it or something. Jesus.
You brought this on.
Yeah, take your teeth out.
9.
How you try to persuade her that you have better things to do?
I'm not trying to leave. I was trying to persuade her not to limp.
Don't limp. Oh, you're limp.
It's
Don't
joking.
limp this.
Limp. Okay,
He's-
she's on
yeah.
you trying to make it happen anyway. Go ahead. So what are you trying to say?
He's trying to ask.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Different planes.
he's trying to ask the Raven Queen
Have
why
some
his
problems.
penis won't get over.
She's like, "Hell with that." She sticks her fingers in your mouth, and you know the little salt pepper things.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that. She
I
does.
know.
She sticks her fingers in your mouth, and she starts trying to go in your back door like that. All right.
Oh, she starts trying to stick
She's
back.
pegging you. Yeah, she's
Okay.
pegging you. All right. So now roll another Constitution.
4.
that boy.
Now you have anal bleeding,
Blood vessel.
and
He gives him a hernia.
all right. And by the end of it, she gets herself off, and she goes back to sleep. She says, "You know where the door is. Better luck next time, son."
Jesus.
At least you know there's a next time.
Man, she was not. She didn't give me any time explaining nothing.
Go spend 30
Okay,
minutes.
that was as good for me as it was for you.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, so you leave.
did I take damage from the anal bleeding?
Yeah, we'll say you took.
1. Or you want me to roll for
4
it?
damage.
Roll to see if I took damage or not.
Every hour you have to roll a d4 for the anal fissure.
I bleed all the
We'll
time.
say you took 3 damage.
3 damage.
For the next 6 days, you have to roll a D6
because that's how
every
many,
time you look
many
us in the
checks you
eyes.
failed. So that's how perturbed she was.
So I go back to the bathroom
Okay.
and
Do you lock the window back?
no,
That's his way into the house.
I told you.
50
It
steps.
didn't matter what happened to this.
That kind of mattered.
It really doesn't. For the parts of your plan that you don't know about, it does not matter.
Okay.
Sorry for your enemies.
No, I change.
Okay.
You have changed.
And I look through the bathroom.
So at that point, you're doing all that. So y'all have been down at, while this is taking place, y'all are at the monument. Like I said, the stone pillars that they were burned on. They also have the names of some of the families engraved there. And off to the side of it, you see the same cloaked figure standing there. So we do 3.
Or at least I approach.
Yeah.
Where's Soul, the other travel
He
companion?
had something to take care of.
He had a prior application.
Oh, okay, no problem. He didn't want to come himself. He sent me to take you to the rendezvous location. So
Said that like he just told y'all, so you don't
if you just follow me, I'll go ahead and I'll take you there.
Wait, never let us take you to a second location.
And so what are you stopping?
Are you saying that in character?
Yes.
Really, it's just, no trouble. It's just right this way. Like I said, I'm just a messenger.
Where is the second location?
He says if you'll follow up towards the Karen Road, it's going to be the second building on the left after you turn the corner. So he notates that building once y'all get there. He says, yes, sir.
Let's go.
Okay, I can walk with you if you like.
Is he just
If you've got it yourselves.
Did he really just want to talk? He's just playing my
He
This is
told
Lowe's.
them that Lowe's paid him to
Oh, I thought they were talking
send the
about
message. No, I'm talking to you.
This dangerous man is just like, no, I really just want to have a conversation.
Yeah. I really just wanted to talk to him too, but he just kept being an asshole.
I see. What do y'all do? Y'all have him come with you, or just go yourselves?
Yeah, come with us, bud.
He can point us where to
Okay,
go.
yeah, no problem. So he walks out up there. Like I said, all the while that stuff's happening with Soul right there. So anyway, poor guy. All right, y'all get there. You walk in.
These guys
All
have
right.
a painful feeling.
I already know what I'm
Lowe's, hey, psst,
Huh?
I already know what I'm taking.
they're here. It's like, I'm gonna take off. You hear from the back in New Travel's voice. Well done. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Come in, have a seat. So y'all go
We're
in.
on the way to these sketchy bobs.
You roll inside. Anybody that wants to roll inside with their can? It's dark in there. No water. There's no artificial light.
Thank God I'm not there.
Your insight's so bad.
Dude, my God, tonight.
Your insight's so bad. You're having sex with the grandma.
The time hop happens. I will it into existence. and I
It's
get-
dimly lit in there. You can't see it. It's as eerie as a voice just calling out to you in the dark.
I reach in my pocket and pull out thrift load, say lumos.
Okay. So it lights up the room in there. You see an olive green rug with some red pattern right as you walk into the door. Not right as you walk in, but maybe 10 feet on in, with a brown leather couch cracked, and he's just standing up behind it. And let's see. If you're looking into the building to the left of him, it looks like the kitchen. To the right, walks down into a hallway with it looks like 3 more rooms back there. 2 to the left, and we'll say 5. 2 to the left and 3 to the right. So
What does he look like now?
he looks like a kinku with the soda wings.
But he still sounds like.
New traveling.
So, what did you want?
So I think we got off to the wrong foot. There's,
Yes.
you know good and well, I don't mean you guys any harm. We may not see eye to eye all the time, but I ask you to pardon me. Just like the El Cocker had. He just looks at all of you as you say that, as he says that.
They pardoned you?
Yes. He says, I'm free and clear of any kind of wrongdoing.
On a roll.
So-
Other than knocking our friend in the back of the head and putting him in handcuffs.
Well, I had to get your attention, you know.
So 15.
He's hard to read, but you sense, as a man of conviction, there's some conviction behind what he's saying. Like, he believes in what he believes what he's telling you. You don't think he's lying. He said, you fired on me. He said, I just had to come at you at a place of not being in a disposition and ready to have an exchange of
So,
ideas.
to show us that you're not being sketchy, you asked us to come to a very dimly lit part of town,
Well,
and you're
I had to be
still
sure that you weren't going to
disguised-
jump me.
And you're still disguised as not yourself.
Well, I am disguised as myself. And he waves the wand over him and dispels the polymorph, and he looks like the Elcocker again and waves it back over himself and casts it again. And he's just a kinky with wings again now. He said, you know, perception's reality. This is the way. This is me. This is Lowe's. He says it about himself. He says, but I admit, you know, maybe I went about it the wrong way, acquiring my wings, but hear me out. So I went to the elemental plane of air, to the Wind Duke stronghold. You know, as I was there, a strange sensation crept over me. I felt displaced. I felt, I don't know, it was indescribable what I felt. He said, and all of a sudden, a powerful foam of wind swept me into their inner sanctum. Central in the room, stained glass windows above me. He said, the very one in the center, it displayed an Elcocker striking Miskra, the wolf spider, and the prince of demons. I'm told this battle is the battle of Petch. Now, in that scene, the rod of law was broken over after it was used to imprison him. So, enraged at my presence in their sanctum, in Neutrality's body, they wheeled on me, pulled out their weapons, as I was afraid you would here today. Blade in hand looking at me, but I kept my composure. You know my poker face, Thursday. So, they didn't leave me there, as it were, by some type of trap. I had found myself before them of my own volition. So while you curse me, a soul willing and ready to help you face our common problem in the valley, our common foe eludes and laughs at our revelry.
Common foe is what?
Eludes us and laughs at our revelry. And then he casts minor image and shows you a piece of the rod of law. He said, I gave them a piece of their rod of law. I have one more. They're going to continue to make pleas and petitions for me on my behalf to my deity so that we can get to the root of the curse of my people. He said, in exchange, I now get to keep this body. And then Pulcrit comes from one of the back rooms. Just like everything he says is true. The life we live in the body, we live it in servitude. And if this is what must be done for law to reign, Neutrality saw it fit to freely give his body to the reassembly of the rod of law. We just want to help you now.
Who's that dude just walked in?
Pulcrit, the female Elcocker that he played when y'all all took up
Neutrality's lover.
no.
We don't know that. But now I have a sneaking suspicion. Or no, she was Lowe's lover. That's right.
Yeah,
She's
Moses.
So what is it that you want us to do?
Well, for starters, don't come after my life. You know, I don't know. Maybe put in a good word for me with the Knights. I might still be able to use my place of study at Summit Hall. I doubt it. But if not, so be it. It's fine. But lay low. Let us help you with this problem of the lateral lines of the plains. He said, you have a map, don't you?
Yeah.
Anybody want to roll insight? How does he know that?
Yeah. So that's what how do you know about the map?
Would you roll?
15.
Okay. So you realize that's how that strikes you as odd. How do you know about the map? And so as he says that, he snaps his fingers. As you say that, he snaps his fingers, and the chicken harness falls limp. And then he snaps again, and the chicken's at his side.
It's a Horcrux.
So the whole time, yeah,
The chicken was a spy!
chicken has been his familiar this entire time.
Oh my god!
And now you still see that lump in there inside the his harness. He said, a gift for you, making amends. And so you reach inside the leather chicken harness, where the note was behind it. I gave you an opportunity one time to get a perception check to see what it was. You can reach in there and see that now.
Oh, I can just reach in? Okay.
So, and you pull out a sending stone. So with that, you can teleport to the other stone. So you get one of a pair.
Where's the other one?
So I have it.
Can I have it?
What good would that do us? We couldn't reconvene. He looks at you. He says, "Why don't I put it in Summit Hall, and you'll have a way from here to there."
Sounds good to me.
All right.
No one's gonna roll inside, so maybe you're gonna put it at the bottom of the ocean or anything.
I'm fine with that. Petrichor is A-okay with
You
that.
just like the 3 hour down there, and you're just
Yeah.
like, what
Yeah, so
are we
you
doing?
can't- Why are you guys turning purple? This is weird.
Gilchrist says, Caritas, he had placed wild magic sigils all over the land. It could be the reason for the plane experiencing the problems that it is. We'll get to the bottom of it, though. In the meantime, try to find out what's going on here and root out these problems. Do we have an alliance? No safety? Kind of looking, expecting. He says he walks straight up to you, he kicks over the rug, showing the spikes. He says, watch your step.
Yes,
He
yeah,
said-
I've had a sneaking suspicion about the road.
So I'm just trying to cover all my bases. He says, you need not love me now. He said, but at the very least, if not ours, we could be conspirators together. He holds that as
So
a
what is it that exactly you need us to do? Before we agree to
Just-
become?
just take care of yourselves. Don't kill me. Put in a good word for me with the knights. Try to figure out this problem. We don't want to. We're on the same page here. No one wants to see any trouble happen in the valley.
So you want us to just let you do your thing?
We each do our own, and bygones be bygones. If I'll help you. I'll scratch your back. You scratch mine.
I'll agree to it on one condition.
What's that?
Occasionally, when you feel like it, feel free to play pranks on Silverfather.
Oh man,
Yeah, it's
I love it. Consider it done. Shakes your hand. All right. So with that, the night wraps up. The constable comes to you the next day, meeting y'all wherever y'all would think y'all would convene at. Kalessa's, Helma Hassan, wherever abouts. He said, "There's a lot of unrest."
I'm there now.
Yeah, this is the next day.
Split up.
Yeah, this is the next day. You can go ahead and do a long rest. There's a lot of unrest in the valley, or in the village. He said, everyone's looking at the leadership we have here, and it's looking like we may have to bring some of them in and investigate them. Things are grinding to a halt. There's a lot of people dead, from the event that took place with the mist. So there's a vacuum. We need you guys to step up, help fill it. Please don't leave. Some of them have questions, and you're the new guys. They're not really ready to believe that their elders and the leaders of the village, are behind any of this stuff.
I need
He
to
says, so
debrief.
while I believe you, I need you to kind of stay here until we can exonerate you and clear your name. And so he tells you all that. And what we're pretty much setting up is a time hop's going to take place. John Sunoco comes through with your horses. and Toby, and y'all notice
Toby and Biscuit.
you notice the brazier, and between having shared about the document with him and all the cult activity going on, he's kind of hesitant to already apprehensive about letting y'all leave and now send this package through. But he confers with John, asks what he thinks he should do, and if they should go ahead and carry it out there to receive it. But also he's Baron of Waterdeep, and what it might
Who
mean.
is this?
This is the constable talking to you guys,
Oh, okay.
expressing his concerns about sending this horse.
Sorry, I didn't know who it was that was
Yeah.
expressing their concern.
Yeah, and so he kind of finally, after speaking with John, they hire some members of the Zentarum, or John does, to accompany some of his guards, because that's the front of the Zentarum is really just a mercenary pamphlet. You know, you got to get cell source through them, and so they try to set up a sting more or less to find out what's going on with that, and that's that. You know, that taken care of. They go on. That package is, you know, going to its destination, and you give your horses back to Fandra. So let me see what all you chose to do now.
What's the leg of Biscuit?
Arius, Thursday. Okay.
So how did things go last night?
How did Soul feel about leaving Biscuit
As painful as last night was.
Was that soul?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to know.
I'll put it in layman's terms.
Morbid curiosity, I gotta know.
You gotta know.
How
You
did it
can
go?
listen if you want. I'm gonna say it to him, but you feel free
Okay,
to
I'm
ignore.
just gonna try to make
Um,
the best of my ability.
Well, over the time that we've been going on, I imagine you noticed like my voice changed. Apparently, she worked out something that was in the back of my throat. Just by sticking her hands in there, sticking something in the back.
Wait, in the back?
Yeah, she did some of her experience on me. She kind of took hold of last night after stuff was kind of wasn't going great for me, and then I just went with it. Didn't work out that great. We both didn't come out of it with what we thought we were going to come out of. I don't know if they have this term in this plane of existence, but I think I am in what we would call in the shadow realm a switch. You know what that means?
Please explain.
Some people are dominant, some people are submissive. I think I'm going both ways on this. I don't know if it's from a lack of experience or if last night was just 70 years of experience, possibly 150 hitting me all at once in one 5-minute period.
Yeah.
But if you go over there and you eat at her house, don't ask for the condiments, the pepper, or anything like that. She just uses an inanimate object, whatever's around. I'm glad there wasn't like a blade sitting nearby. I feel like I would have gotten dicked down like our friend.
Are you okay?
I mean,
Except for
It was-
is the voice change permanent?
for now, I guess. It was an experience, one that nothing I've seen in the Shadow Realm. I don't think the Raven Queen could manifest it herself.
Sounds
But overall, it was great. Nifty experience.
I'm glad that you have that experience under your belt now.
To use a term from what I assume the time she was born in, like 1850s or so.
I don't know if we're at 18.
Sorry.
Yeah, your future.
Yeah.
We're 14 right now.
The Shadow Realm plane's been normalized, by the way. It's like time moved differently there to now. But what I would say is she was probably born around like 1950, and she was using that experience all right.
That's good to know.
Like what they would call in the school system a gifted individual. Like, I don't know if it's book learning, if it was just hands-on craftsmanship, but she knew what she was doing.
Okay, so The constable has spoken
He's
now
gonna
with you
let
guys
you
there
go.
at the helm, with all of you there, and talking about the vacuum and the need of people to step up in the village and help carry the weight, because right now they're spread so thin, the village is barely supporting itself. You speak with Justron and the constable as well, and Garland, about taking on Soul as a caterer for the Helmet High Sun,
Yeah.
carrying food out to. He tells you that they need food at Mother Yolanda's boarding home, that they can't have any silverware, or wood cutlery, basically, and most of them don't come out to get their food. They take their food to them. They take food out to the luxury suites of the Swing and Sword, and from time to time they help out at the quarry, taking them meals, and since they work in shifts, and Elick works them on site throughout the day. If they don't get to leave, they just have their lunch there. So you carry their lunch there to them. That's your task that you agreed to. You go to the All-Faith Shrine, and religious service. Oh, so you take the records down for the All-Faith Shrine and for the Helmet High Sun. That's what you chose to do. You accompany him as he goes to the All-Faith Shrine to get that straightened out, and you tell Amdar that you will keep the animals for the All-Faith Shrine that they take out to pasture in these outlying areas. And he reports back to the constable and says you'll have to be careful not to stray too far from the village, lest it look incriminating and damning to you, to some of the villagers who want some answers right now. And Artemis, while John is there straightening out all the details between getting this package carried out to barge right in, he speaks on your behalf to Lauren a little bit more. You hear him use the secret entry, what's your favorite fruit? Mangoes. To which Lauren says, with a twist of lime, he says, juice of the lime. And then gets back into the back and works out those deals, the inner workings of that. And you are going to begin to do, you said the bottom was the one which one did you pick of?
One that,
Which one of the three tasks?
what?
It's one of these three tasks that
The
you
one
pick.
in the middle that has my
Okay,
signature?
okay, yeah, it was just in the middle of this column. So I got you now. Okay, so you were going to do that. I have to figure out how that comes about. Okay, let me think on that. So, for the first day, you all are basically doing training of that, and you go to Phandra and Agalith and drop off the horses, and she catches up with you, just chit chats, and talks about all the trouble the valley's having, and the strange weather patterns they've had, and this onslaught of tremors, and it's been a really dry season. And so, with the next day, I think it's the 4th of Flame now. So, I'm going to start. We'll go ahead and we'll go Petch Court. Just go my way around. So you are chit chatting with Justron. He tells you, so you're making quite a splash here in Red Lodge. So you're not worried about any retaliation or anything from any upset parties or anything like that. You need to be careful.
I'm really only concerned with one party in general.
Who might that be?
Mirage.
Mirage. A person you've been hunting this entire time.
Yes.
Still haven't got any traction on finding him?
I found some notes that mention him.
Can I see them?
Do I have the notes?
Do you?
I don't think I do. I think she has. No, I have the one that has his name. I do have the one that has his name on it.
So he whips it and takes a look at it. He's like, huh. He says, this is it got a message in the message if you read between the lines. He said, that's part of the cipher we've been using with Zentera. So, maybe you get them all together, I can tell you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, come with me. He walks you to the kitchen and shows you all of his wares that are beginning to deplete, what he can run through the end of the week, what he'll need to take care of him through the month, what he has to sell this week because it will expire, things like that. And so go ahead and make a constitution check for concentration. I think that's how we'll do this. The modifier we use for concentration. Give me a 10.
It's 8.
Okay, so you fail that. So you're just kind of looking around. You haven't been in the back of this establishment. You're used to seafaring and that type of work, but you don't find yourself in the kitchen too often. So it's like I said, one ear out the other.
Yeah.
He kind of grabs your other shoulder. He's like, "You listening? Are you awake? Am I losing you?" So I know this isn't the most fun job, but it's actually kind of relaxing. And so he gets right back into trying to tell you. Roll a. Let me look at moral skills we have. Give me a.
I didn't know what I was doing yet.
Just have a good roll.
Yeah.
Right.
Give me an investigation check to try to walk back what he's already told you and see if you can catch up to what he needs restock. Give me a 14.
That is a 14 exactly.
All right, so you do just fine there. So you do the footwork yourself, and you kind of know what he needs, what you need a place to order. And let's see for the last one. He takes you to a well out back, and roll a persuasion check. Give me a 14.
That is a 14 exactly.
All right, so 2 successes, 1 fail. So he begins to water bend, so to speak.
Yeah.
Element bend the water out of the well. And what do you think about that? You have a some ability over that, but nothing to the extent that he's lifting it from the bottom of the well into the pail.
How are you able to control the water like that?
Well, it's a form we learned, and most of our friends know it. So if you're interested, I can teach you.
I'm very interested.
All right. So that you get your reward. So you will learn a water form, and I'll get that one to you.
Okay.
You'll have that when you level up.
Wait, was the triangle that means friends?
So
To him, that one means friends. This and
This is Earth Cult. This one means my buddies. And then there's another.
That's
This
where
one's
you're
my
done.
friends.
Oh,
Cross at the top.
So-
I thought it was like the Zentarum like sign. I was like,
No, I don't remember what the Zentarum
I was
was. That was the
thinking-
Brazier, I think. No, Brazier was something else.
I was thinking
I haven't
like,
written it down.
no such thing as safe man.
Zentarum.
all right. So
Zoltan.
Artemis. As John leaves, and you're in the back of the Zentarum's Lawrence Bakery, looking at all the stuff covered up under blankets, and you find yourself back at that mirror and just wafting your hand in front of it, looking through all the different places. You see out onto the street. You see a cart, running on its own away from somebody. Somebody gets up chasing it. It knocks over somebody's cabbage. It's all over. And so you briskly go by the scene. One just empty scene that would have been the scene of the crow's nest, and he finds you back there, and
Who?
Lauren,
Lauren.
he says, the old saying is keep your friends close and your enemies closer. There's a lot of powers vying for prominence here in the valley, and you know a few. I don't name names. We don't bite the hand that feeds us, and we don't ask questions. But just so happens that one of them's rubbing shoulders with your buddy, and we've got someone at the Swinging Sword that I'd like to talk to you about. If you want to come in. It's got a proposition for you. So you go to the Swinging Sword.
I wasn't paying attention.
You see the guy with the bandana in front of his eye that had previously cooked that one chicken for you guys. It's Aaron Felder. He says, Artemis, come, sit, let's have a talk. So, what do you do?
Belly up to the block, wherever he's sitting.
Okay, so you stroll up to the table. So he leans back. He said, Black Earth Cult really stepped in here. So this was a slam dunk. They had it in the back. All the believers, they've been going to those mines, tracking the movements of the rocks for as long as any of our intel suggests. So I can't believe they fumbled. Now we see a chance to try to remove any of the powers that be here that would kind of sully our good name. So Red Larch, we want it to be known for our crumble cake, not for our crumbling, failing, falling apart. We did nothing to stop it. He said, so those friends of Petricorns, we got to get them out of here too. They're no good. What do you say?
So you're equating them to the cult?
Any kind of belief is a cult, isn't it? You know, any dogma, any strained thinking, you know, you got to pass through the eye of a needle to be approved by any of these guys, and if you're no use to them, they just kill you or find some use for you. If you don't meet a use, you know, you're disposable.
Sure.
He says, we need to get rid of them. The best thing I can think to do it is to, maybe he comes down with a really bad case of food poisoning to straw. You look over to Gilda and she's just mopping. She's trying to speak in a whisper. And so, roll an insight check. Give me a 16.
What?
16. Okay. So, what did you say?
See, I thought this was going to be the good choice. And then after everything was transpired, I'm like, oh no, oh no. Because I don't want my friends to be mad at me, but at the same time, you know, I want to help this town.
Okay.
Got family here, you know?
I'm gonna say you want to check stuff on there.
Do what?
Been a while.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, we got to pause the video. We keep on. You go ahead and just keep carrying on.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on.
Keep on keeping on. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to
I was wondering if it was gonna pause or I was just
pull up
like,
the video again for you.
like petting her head.
So what time is it? Well, I'm just going to take a break right here for a minute.
Would you like to take a break now?
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's 8 o'clock.
All right, guys. We will take a short intermission and come back to Artemis's decision. When we get
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, so I could ask your guys' opinion.
Off camera.
We could make the wrong choice, bud.
That was one of my favorite ones, actually, just because.
So what are you doing? You're trying to
Inspiration-
poison my
the
homies?
Inspiration from that challenge.
He
Yeah.
did this.
Yeah.
Not this.
Yeah.
So,
Wait,
I
what?
was talking about the Earth people, not the water.
He's talking about Earth people?
We said all the cults were bad.
Yeah.
Except friends.
He's trying to get rid of my homies. My Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
Like, I mean, right now, only you guys are my homies.
I mean, I would ask him for proof. Probably.
You okay, bud?
The camera was off. You're okay. Save.
I really hope your audio and everything
everything's good this time because I didn't start recording until after the anal bleeding.
Good for you.
Yeah, good call.
Well, I'll be happy to like re-listen to stuff, but
That's the only part that's gonna be messed up.
So for snacks, I've got pretzels over there, and then I've only got my snack cabinet organized. So help yourself to anything in there. And there's also Reese's in the.
We're all like, what?
It just it's fun. So
That's like I said. That's one of my favorite ones.
like I said, I think I'm gonna go with it and just kind of see how it comes later.
Yeah, hey, I like it.
Good job, Ethan.
I mean, if Soul can do everything that he's done and still hang around the group.
Yeah. If he can take one of the buttons to look as an eye.
That's funny.
like nothing in the shadow realm.
I knew setting out that I was going to make you pay for making me RP that. If you found that check, it was going to be awful.
Now, boy.
I made a plan, especially on the idea that that did not matter.
I'm glad you did.
See, honestly, I thought that this stuff was gonna like go on in the background and it wouldn't be brought up.
You're just gonna sneakily hurt me.
I'm not hurting you.
I know, I was good.
I would never.
Got a little bit of trepidation recording during the break this time because I cannot find my other battery. Didn't realize I didn't have it. It wasn't charging the whole time. Whenever I had it plugged into the wall at home. Wonder where it's at. Right there. Yep. Son of a gun. Go figure. Oh,
Does
well.
that charge it or is it?
Yeah, it'll charge it. I mean,
Oh.
I should have 2 hours on that. We should be fine. I shouldn't need more than. That's just unlike me to fumble like that. That's a pretty big deal for them. Good at leaving stuff behind, but usually if I have it, I'll get it all done right. Just in cases. This campaign is nothing
Probably fine with how stuff was going on. I was like, the one surprise was going to be that I got in there and got naked and it was Lowe's.
I'm surprised Earth didn't try to kill others. Thought Gilbert was in that backup.
Yeah. Were those knobs on your faucet? Were those there when y'all got the house, or did y'all get those?
No, they were there.
They're like the old school hospital knobs or whatever. I like them. I want to do a house in like.
Over my knobs.
I want to do a house in like a very old thing.
Yeah.
That's all one guy doing in his house. In like a 50s retro thing with all the like popping colors and everything.
Yes.
It looked dope. I was like, yeah. But I also kind of just want my house to smell like leather and hay.
Right.
I think that's my favorite smell. Like when you walk into like Jack's Western Wear and you're in like the leather section where it's real leather.
See, I always wanted my house to smell like zero gravity used to smell. Like, never been in there, like it has like a very particular smell. Or it used to, and they like expanded it now, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, it used to smell like it wasn't patchouli, it was like
I don't
I
know.
had no idea.
It
Some
was
kind
just-
of incense and
They
happiness.
yeah, like they sell this thing called Blend 22, which is what they say is their I have one of
Yeah,
those.
the inside of it every once in a while you get.
Yeah.
It smells like weed and zero gravity.
That's
She-
exactly what
yeah.
it smells like.
Yeah. And she just be like,
Crazy.
what? No way.
So if you're challenged, anything on there about shutting down the workplace, whatever, like I was talking with Brad about, if you do fail on a challenge and you
Like shut down the
Yes.
ice or whatever.
cause the establishment any kind of problems, yeah, you're going to expend gold for the duration.
Like one of
Yeah,
my.
time of lifestyle. While you're working, especially covering your cost of living.
Well, I want to shut down the business. I feel like I have to.
My mind was the failure was what, like 50 gold coins.
Yeah, you cost them 50. You order 50 gold, and you should order like 50 silver or something like that. And they can't afford to staff you there. And they cut you, so you would have expended it. 1 or 2 gold depending on the type of lifestyle you want to live.
Yeah.
Support for the week out of your inventory. Otherwise, working there it covers it.
Okay. Sounds good.
I want to break for
Good.
All right.
I'll just stand with you first so I don't have to cross over you.
Another like 30 minutes.
Maybe another 30 minutes to deliberating things.
Brad's
Yeah.
like, oh boy. I'm tripping my pants like. Yeah, she didn't get
Good
it.
plug real
She's
quick.
like,
Hey, this is a dice rolling tray from Dunwood Academy. We had a affiliate link with them not too long ago. It's actually a promotional picture for my video. Keep cutting in and out. For
She back.
episode 12. So y'all go show them some love. I'll throw the link up in this
Yeah.
video. I've left it off.
Tilt it more that way.
I said no, like I was afraid this the whole
Yeah, I
time.
bet the cord is just giving me trouble. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. Yeah, you seen the dice rolling tray. It's really neat. So we like them. Maybe you like them too.
It's okay.
Yeah, let's watch this for a minute and see if it cracks.
Oh, we
us.
need a podcast.
Yeah.
Instead of the YouTube.
But YouTube's Creator Academy said that you want to have audience connection. It's how you grow your following.
What?
So it's more personable if they can see us. No better.
So we get a YouTube following and then we're like, now come to our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an Instagram name for us.
No?
Yeah, we've got like,
Oh, yeah.
20 followers now, maybe.
Really? Wow, that was fast. What'd you make that Saturday of last week or week before last?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have them.
Thank you guys for all the love on different platforms.
Got 28 followers.
I don't know. I'll look it up. What's it called?
Far Realm Rollers. Far period realm period rollers.
Stay tuned this week for a tribute video that I've promised everybody on the PlayStation Network. If you follow us from there, we hit our 50 subscriber milestone. We're at 52, I believe, now. So hopefully the quarter will work for you guys. If not, I'm going to have a back turn. We're a podcast for the rest of the night if it doesn't work. Sorry. We are first and foremost here to have fun, so we're going to keep playing whether it cuts in and out or not. All right. So,
Okay.
artists, what do you do? What do you tell him? And if you decide that you want to abandon this one, being that you're first of the week, I will let you choose a different one. If you so choose.
I'm gonna commit.
Gonna commit. Okay, so will you tell him what?
Yeah, I've got family here. I gotta try to keep them safe the best way that I can. Taking out some of the fanatics may be the best route for that.
Okay. So you tell him that. Alright, so yours taking place, we'll go ahead and say this ends this day. And we started the time off with the 3rd, so it'll be we started on the 3rd, it was the end of the day, the 4th, and now it'll be the 5th. We're going into the next day with you stepping up to this challenge. Go ahead and mark it. It's going to be the 13th when we're done.
13th of.
Yeah, the 3rd. So instead of just trying to keep up with it with me, it'll be the 13th of Flavor when this is complete. So, 10 day. So.
with Ron Felder a couple different times that day and discussed different options, spitball some plans, and how you think the boys the best chance to get them home. Or RP it. Your interest in this.
You go for it, please.
Okay, so,
Yeah. Come on, try.
could bake some brownies, perhaps,
That's something.
given,
You seem like you've been rubbing shoulders with Lauren. Maybe we could send some of these top,
There's one somewhere the gangbang.
yeah, he likes the
mushrooms.
cheese pot mushrooms.
some crumble cake, but we want to do something that wouldn't be too public, something that we could set it out for him and that we know he would get it and nobody else would get it. Did that where we'll put it.
Yeah, chicken, the fish, meat.
And like
Does he have a water skin that keeps on everything?
Poison, like significant.
Slip the poison in there.
Yeah.
So,
what
I've
is
seen
the
the
water
version
skin
of
from?
it.
Question.
Could we get like a little box, like a tube? Is there anyone that likes? No.
That's your friend Petrichor.
I wouldn't want to throw him under the bus like that. You don't know the bus.
You wouldn't have to know. You want to throw him under the car? Why not?
Well, I mean, he winds up.
If it's for the greater good, gotta break a few eggs.
But I can't. Can't do that. So that's out of the question.
Okay.
just gotta believe.
Thanks, Simon.
Alright, so after y'all's talking and discussing for a little while, he finally settles on the best way to do this. Is to rise with the sun and just a little bit ahead of sunrise and try to sneak into his residence and poison his water skin that way. And it's a slow release that way. He'll be dead by the time he gets to work. And so go ahead and with that in mind, the plan formed. Night and dawn of the next day. Sun's not officially risen yet. It's like 4:45 in the morning. Go ahead and roll stealth. Give me a 12. If you have thieves tools or anything on hand, better yet, would you like to say that you go back to Lauren and borrow some? I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead, and you're not proficient with it, but it definitely helps. Easy solution. I'll let you add, especially the admin proficiency first. Give me a, with thieves tools, when I say 12,
Yeah.
give me a 10 thieves tools. You got the 12, anyway. All right, so you jingle the door open, you're pretty proud of yourself. Some pepper in there to watch him, make sure he doesn't come in. He's still all the way in there. All right. I will let you roll medicine or sleight of hand. As you find the water skin in his kitchen.
And we'll do slot hand. 21.
That is an obvious success. All right. So without a problem, you slip the poison into his water skin. Goes to work. Petrichor, you work for him all that day. That's going to be a problem. Eventually, you guys all meet and converge and talk. You ask Petrichor about his day. Hear any news about Destroying? Meet back at Ron Felder's at the Swinging Sword and sit down with him and say, "What you say?"
I don't think he's.
And that's where he said, "You can tell me you got in the house and looked through We had already poisoned. You slipped in the antidote. I was just waiting to see if you would go through with it or not.
Okay, cool.
Soul is
Kill
a
that
dick. Artemis is a bitch.
I don't think this bitch gonna kill Jay Strong, and then I had to wrap it up like this bitch gonna save Jay Strong.
The bottom of the page, you end up writing, wow, they really do be
And
crazy.
so he slides all the notes to you with the numbers. He said, that's a legend. He said, we don't know how to decipher it yet, but get somebody that can teach you thieves' cant. I bet it can take you places. And so now you have all the notes, 1 through 9, of all those haikus that,
Hey, does that book about the Zentarum?
you don't know, maybe.
Well, I mean, I told you that I wanted to read that book, so maybe
Yeah.
pick up a thing or two.
Yeah. You'll be able to spend some time doing it. But not during this time. Well, that took all the attention besides what else we were doing. And so,
That's fine.
that's yours. Who's, oh, that's not yours. This is yours. So now, y'all have been working at y'all's tasks steadily as they've been doing that. You are. How did we end up doing like that? I thought we were going to like that. Anyway. Anyway, I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I think I just picked up a paper and did it. Anyway, so yeah, we'll do theirs, but then
Like,
some.
we'll start with Petrichor and like, no,
Yeah.
alphabetical.
Theirs, but then some. Okay, so as you're working for a keeper of the animals,
He's really wants you.
you're heading out that day. You're escorted by some guards and sheep shears, and you're going south on the long road, in that little pasturing area there, I believe. Actually, I think you're going north along the road. Give me 1 second. Not that it matters, but I like to be accurate.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, you are going south. Okay, yes, you're going south. If you're trying to get where we think you're going, and so you're looking out towards Lance Rock, where that Red Dragon hatchery is. What do you do?
Do what I can to take care of the animals.
Okay, give me an animal handling check. Give me a 10.
Crit fail.
Crit fail. Okay. You're pushing a cart that's got the donkey on there, and they've got knobs behind them with pricks on them, so when they kick back to try to kick you, they kick that. Well, he kicks at the top of it and snaps it, and you turn the wheel over, and all the feed and everything for the animals you've got out there spills over. And you're trying to pile that all back in, and now the sheep shearers and some of the other bees wardens of the all face trying to keep their animals, they're having a harder time without you being able to coerce them and help with food for them to calm them down. And so being a little rowdy about it. So, okay, how do you recover from that situation? RP it some more for me. The guard comes over there and helps you shove it all back into sacks and all that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna methodically stack it like we do at the DC.
Okay.
And
So you're doing that.
Get it all loaded back together where it's stable and try and fix the cart
Okay.
and whatever is broken.
Okay. So you spend some time just trying to tighten some of it up. Some of them luckily have some woodworking tools and things like that, and you try to strengthen the joists and everything of it, and of the handles to it, and where it kicked, and make sure everything's sturdy, and the frame of it hadn't been compromised or anything when it fell over. So if you're trying to get out towards the hatchery, RP, how you're going to do it? Besides just fixing what was destroyed. Give me something to work on.
I'm So the hatchery is south of here, or is it north?
This is specifically where the hatchery was, Lance Rock.
I can't see where.
Sorry.
I'm gonna see where the hatchery is. But
This is
where-
Red Larch, and
Oh,
this
okay.
is
So it's south.
this is It's about 5 miles out, so an hour and a half ways away. Hour roughly.
I'm going to
So they're grazing.
speak with some of the guards that are helping me and see if they are okay with.
It's just the
me.
one. It's just an escort, really, for you because he wants your core group to stay while all this investigating of the elders is taking place. So really, he's out there just for you.
Oh, just to make sure I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
That presents some opportunity. I don't have enough room.
Depending on what you do, may make the check harder or easier.
Do we have like sheepdogs, guard dogs and stuff?
Yes.
Oh well, I'm just gonna have the.
You hear it barking right now, don't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna have the guard dog keep the animals all packed up, and I'm going to try to go find water for the animals. And the water might happen to be
Okay, so
south of this.
So you tell him, you tell him you need water, and then the river is it's a good many miles that way, and so
Yeah, but there could be a pond or
the
something.
most likely place would be back at the town, he said. So roll a persuasion check, give me a 16 to convince him to let you go back to town and come back with water. So, and then, oh no, I've got it, you just help the sheepdogs and herdsmen.
No.
2 fails. You failed the first one, then you failed that one?
Yep.
Okay, so you failed the skill challenge. He says, "You're not saddling me with all this work. I'm here at the constable's behest because we need to keep an eye on you. So you're not heading back." He said, "If you don't like this work, better yet, come on me." And he takes you back to the village, and you spend the rest of the time taking the little bands, rubber bands, and putting them around goats' nuts.
Use a knife.
And castrating goats, but then you opt to instead, use your knife. So you're there doing that most of the day. The ones that have been gamey and mad at some of the girls, you go ahead and do that, kill them, butcher them, take them to petrichor, and cut the nuts off the rest of them. So you'll have another opportunity to do what you want to later, just not during this time. So, hey, you got hero points. What'd you roll that second time?
3. Yes, we all have hero.
Yeah. No matter what.
All right. So you're working at Helmet High Sun. We'll say it's the next day for purposes. Not everything taking place all at one time. What is it, guys? Probably 6 or 7. So you're carrying food to the quarry. Let's pull that back up. Let's pull that back up. Nope, not that one. Smaller. That one.
Shut your eyes.
Yeah.
All the eyes, shield all the eyes.
Where'd it go? There it is. I don't know how I missed it. Went all over it though. Anyway, so yeah, you're walking back that way from 3. First and foremost, give me a dexterity check with. Never mind. The hole's not there. It's over there. You're good. That won't be the first one. Here, that'd be an easy one to get out of the way. Yeah, RP, you're walking down there and getting up that way.
3 to
3 three to the quarry. Yeah, you're going to the mines back that way where it's down in.
Walking and I'm walking with somebody.
Here's some food.
As I walk, I'm just can Kai hear me?
Your shadow?
Yeah,
Not
when
hearing
he's
the
not
sound of them,
summoned.
it's just your shadow. Jam for you.
I'm just thinking to myself, like in retrospect, like it was a lot to take in, but sorry, let me get my thinking voice. In retrospect, it was a lot to take in, but that was a nice night I spent with Minnie. God, I miss her. That pepper shaker.
So as you get down there, you're just sitting in the mines. It's a gradual slope, and they're all working, just swinging away their axes. They got torchlight in there. You've got kind of like a covered milk crate of different leather contained bags, basically, of chicken wings. They've got some kind of sauce on them. And so,
As I walk up,
as you're walking through there, or are you driving? What are you doing?
do I know who I'm delivering to, or I'm just taking?
Just the quarry in general.
Hey guys, I got a delivery for some food.
So go take it to our foreman. He'll dispense it the way he needs to.
You got it.
Alright, so,
Points me that way.
yeah, so roll.
Perception.
Go ahead and roll investigation. The investigation.
5.
Get- 5. That's pretty bad. Let me think. What do I want to do? Okay, so after about 20 minutes, you find the mine shaft that gets you back to their church in the mine, and you find one of their parish members, and basically he's the foreman, but he stays in there, and he's speaking with you, and it took you long enough. Did you get turned around, boy?
My mind's wandering today. Sorry.
Take a good look around you. These are real working men. While you do
Hey, I know, man.
a woman's job.
Hey, it's just a second job, just picking up some work, man. I know how hard working you guys are. Not trying to get in your way or anything like that. Not trying to cause any trouble. Just trying to bring you your food. Promise you, it's all the way it's supposed to be. It's all perfectly laid out. Haven't been jostled around or anything. I've been
Make a persuasion.
handling it with care.
Make a persuasion check. Give me a 14 because it took you 20 minutes. Because of that 5, the food's not hot anymore.
5.
You got a 5? That's a 5. He said, he takes it from you.
Nothing to add.
No, you trying.
He puts it off to the side. He says, "What else you got?" He kind of pushes your shoulder a little bit and shakes. He's like, "You got any lunch money? You got any dry rations on you?" He says, "All this is cold."
You want some dry rations? I got some dry rations. What do you want? I know it's cold, dude. Like I said, my mind's wandering today.
Give me 5 dry rations.
5 dry rations.
Give me a straight charisma check. Give me a 10. No
Dude. Like, if I'm giving it to
Yeah,
you?
just because you're doing what he asks, you're not being confrontational. This is just whether he likes you or not, so it'll be part of the skill check. Give me a straight charisma, not persuasion, deception. No modifier, just charisma.
Yeah. Mark this off.
If you have proficiency, you can add your proficiency bonus.
I don't with charisma.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Give me a 10.
Like a just straight charisma. It's a 6.
Alright. So you give him the dry rations. So you failed then, so that's 2 fails. So as you're walking out, one of them trips you. And then they jump on top of you and grab you and drag you into a store.
I can't teleport.
The horse.
That's interesting. See, I had on here for you to make a DC 10 wisdom saving throw for being down locked in there. And,
It cuts off right
because of your
before
insanity thing. However, being that you can teleport out of there, that changes things a little bit.
I have my teleport back now.
Yeah, you do. Okay, roll an insight check. Give me a 12 to realize if the coast is clear to leave from in there or
It's the one thing.
not. That's pretty cool.
This is the one thing out of 4 checks that I have something to add on. Is actual proficiency.
This is adding another layer to this. Alright, so as soon as they throw you in there,
Wait.
Consult the paper.
this is pretty cool. This is neat. I like this one.
This is the insight check.
Yes, to find out if the coast is clear. No, roll perception. I'm sorry, perception. Do that.
Oh, percent is still an
Same thing. Cool. Good. And then if you're proficient or if you have a modifier.
8. To 10. Am I detecting a hidden creature or object?
People. Maybe hidden on the other side of the door.
Okay, so I can use this. I can use superiority dice on a perception
Okay,
check
cool. Do it.
to detect a hidden creature or object. Well, you told me I gotta meet whatever.
12. You got a 9.
It says I can use this feature after seeing the total, but before learning if I succeed or fail.
That's fine. You can use it.
Okay.
Thank you for being honest.
So I gotta go forward. Yes, it's a 13.
Okay. So you know they're there, and you teleport anyway. It's right out in front of them. Now I'm going to let you give me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Give me a 16. And if you succeed, I'll give you the success, even though you technically would have failed this challenge, being that you had, extra checks involved.
4.
Oh man, I wanted it for you. All
I'm
right.
so glad I didn't pick that first one on the list.
So you teleport out and draw your sword, and both of them, the Acheron blade and the other long sword. And the foreman says, "He's not worth our time. Just let the little ass go." So they just back off. You wheel down your feet, walk out both blades, and leave. And so, not a problem. Got a skill check. But hey, cool. Didn't try to see your sanity count. Is that everybody?
Yeah, I think so.
So succeed, fail, fail. Cool. That was a lot of fun. I like that one. Yours is pretty layered.
Rigged.
That wasn't rigged. I even gave you extra chances.
You weighted my dice while I was in the bathroom, didn't you?
See, I rolled so good tonight because I posted on our Instagram page about how pretty my dice are.
So I go back to Minnie's
That's it.
house.
Do it.
That's it.
And so with the remainder of that, of the week, Phandra gets in touch with you guys and says it may help you herd the animals if you can do it from horseback. And really, my cousin should know how to ride, carry a leader. And so you spend the rest of the week, on your downtime away from work, at Phandra's fine harness with her, and then going back to some pasture land with her. We'll say you are about here in this open field. So you've all got the horses that you've been accompanying, throughout this entire time. That you took with you on the path of Waterdeep.
Biscuits tonight.
Biscuit. Yeah, Biscuit. And whichever the other horses' names are. And so,
Unnamed brown
Biscuit!
alright, so everybody,
horse. Or Biscuit was brown, wasn't
Yeah, Biscuit was brown.
he? Which one did you have?
give me,
Yeah, his name is. She had Toby, I had Biscuit.
Well, Toby was cargo.
Listen, I was not even riding the horse. I was just sitting while somebody else dragged Toby
Yeah.
around.
Agalith has one of your horses, Phandra has another, and two of their higher hands have the other ones. As they bring the horses to you, everybody give me a persuasion check. Give me a 10. No, nope.
Come on!
11.
Succeed.
Thanks, bro.
19.
2 successes, 2 failures. Okay, so for you two, you can go into the section in your app where it puts notes. You can write this in, or just a note somewhere where you can keep it. That Your horse now recognizes you and responds to the commands halt, go, and jump. You gonna be able to remember that?
Yep.
Okay.
Now they can talk.
So
How dare you people be
Go
able to speak
home and
horse?
They took the thing I wanted
Go
away
halt.
from me.
and jump. All right. So as you mount the horses, you
Does
try
Biscuit at least understand the word biscuit?
try to pace around the field for a little while and jump a couple times. Roll animal handling. What was it last time? Did I say 10? What was it? You guys can roll at 12. You two got to be at 14. Give me a 12. Give me a 14.
This house is
Do you want
cursed.
me to give you another set of dice? I've
House
got
is
like
cursed.
7,000. Let's see, that's 14, 16.
Succeed.
15.
Succeed.
13.
Okay. You now have advantage on animal handling checks with these horses.
13.
And you had to have a what?
A 14.
Do you want to use a hero point? I would recommend it. Because I told you you got two sessions left.
Then yeah.
And then you're at level. Okay, so
I
your
would-
horse recognizes your commands, knows who you are, and jump, go, and halt.
I would like to use
Okay, what is your alignment?
That's a safe.
personal.
No, he's not saying he's going to use them. He's just telling you that he would like to use
I
them.
would like
Tell
to
the
use.
truth.
What did I have to make?
14.
Okay, so 1.
Critical failure. Okay, so
You have to use all of our hero
the
points.
horse bucks you and you sprain your ankle.
Aw.
And so your speed is reduced by 10, but you can be healed by magical means. So time hop wise will just say he heals you after the fact. You're fine. Okay.
I feel like after my horse does all this, I should give it a name. Thank you, coconut.
So did y'all write also that you now have advantages on animal handling checks dealing with your horse? You, it recognizes you, so you get that first note.
Oh, I get the first one?
Yeah. Okay.
Horse recognizes it?
Recognizes you and responds to your commands.
Okay, but I don't have advantage on him.
But you don't have that one yet, no. And you haven't gotten either of these yet.
I try to, after I get up.
is me.
I limp over to Biscuit. I say, Biscuit, I know my voice is different, but it's still me.
I like that our group is named Mystic Biscuit, and your horse is the
Biscuit
dumbest
hates
one.
you. Biscuit,
Okay.
it's been some time, but it's still me.
Yeah. It's just a mule. We're all on majestic steeds, and you're riding an
I
ass.
try to persuade Biscuit's memory.
Okay, and now,
You know how many feel.
now Fanger's got you driving your horses a little hard, just doing like a circuit run. You guys, you can give me your animal handling check. You have advantage, you two. Give me a 16. You guys have to get a 16, no advantage.
It's animal handling.
Animal handling with advantage for you two, with that for me.
It's running on you now.
That's 2. Oh, that's 5. Or 3.
11 with advantage. You got any kind of proficiency with animal handling or anything?
That was with it.
14.
I'm switching to mine.
You want to use a hero point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta meet a what? 16.
16.
That's
You
a
gotta
20.
You gotta get a 2 or a 3 to get it.
That's a 21.
You can keep yourself.
Okay, so you now have the mounted combatant feat. So you can go in there and add that feat to your player.
I love your
Your horse, Biscuit, now recognizes you and you can tell it to halt. So how did you come to that? How did you get,
21.
what was your first roll? What happened? Did you
Oh, disadvantage?
Oh, you only
You
made
said I
Neither
Okay,
I.
cool. You got it. The first time? Okay, I didn't realize that. Cool, good, you got it. Okay, so you didn't get it though. And, all right, so y'all are all, you guys can command your horse and talk with it.
I knew you'd remember
You have
me.
advantage, you know, going forward, and you have the mounted combatant feat. Cool. There you go. And so, with that, the time hop comes to a close. The end of the, you know, at the end of the 10-day, on the 12th, the constable tells you guys, he said, you know, villagers all tell me you're doing pretty good work. Are you still finding yourself comfortable here? You can repeat that however you want. It's just a run of the mill day.
Yeah, I would like another shot at wrangling the animals.
Well, on horseback, you might have a little more luck. I know my help, Devin, he didn't much care for you. He said you were trying to kind of buck the system. That doesn't sound like you though, Dirks. Is he?
Yeah, it doesn't not like me.
Okay. So where am I looking for?
I say to the group,
We all here. Go ahead.
I say to the group, where's Battle Chicken?
Well, funny thing,
Ernest?
battle chicken never existed.
Roll deception. Because I'm pretty aware of what I think I'm pretty.
Nat 20.
On what? Deception?
That
And what did you say
chicken
about
never
battle chicken?
existed.
Battle chicken never
It
existed.
said Battle Chicken never existed.
But you've been going slightly insane this whole
Oh,
time.
I was going to give you disadvantage, but that's right. Okay, I'm going to let it stand.
He's been going insane.
I was going to give him disadvantage because he knew about it, but yeah, he's been going
Yeah.
insane.
That was the one
so-
okay roll, and it's a 16.
I was going to help you out because, hey, I know this chicken's been here, but he made a very good point. So, anyway, the constable says,
You've been going slightly insane.
there's a lot of evidence now pointing back at Elick. Things aren't looking good, and Elvira, she's in hot water too. But we don't want to see this whole thing fall apart. So some people are going to have to step up. We've been asking around the village. You've been doing good work. A lot of people like you. Nelia, she really spoke well to you guys. I think she's just hoping you stick around because she wants that Ayrton you traveled with to come back through and come see you from time to time. I think she had her eye on him. But between her and Minnie speaking well to you guys, she stuck up for you. Justron, he put in a good word for you guys. We want you to stay if you can. We need strong people in the village with everything going on. It would really help. And I'm spread too thin. I can't do this on my own. Stretches. Pops is back against the bar stool. Just assume you are at the Helmet House, son. So we want y'all to stay here and be comfortable here. And so we took some of the money from the Master of Commerce, since we don't know how they've been spreading the funds around anyway. Kind of conferred with some of the villagers. One of the houses that are vacant from all the deaths that took place, we want to put you guys in it. How's that sound to you guys? So I assume this whole time y'all been staying at the Swing Sword.
Sounds good.
So he wants y'all to stay there at that place. So he walks you over there. It's a 2-story. And you have a place to stay.
All your room.
Speaking of, one more thing I didn't do with you and you. So, you failed your skill challenge.
Yeah, all of them.
It's 13.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Dating back, we'll say to the 11th for overnight to make me 2 insanity checks. Need a 12 on both of them.
Straight rolls. But what are they?
Insanity checks.
So don't-
Give me a 12.
Don't add nothing. That's a 12.
Got that one?
And that's a 9. Now 6.
One success and one fail.
Oh, 9.
You really
I
not.
think I rolled twice and made 2.
Okay.
And one of them was just that.
Well, that's a
You
third.
succeeded yours starting on
Got pounded in
the...
the butt.
At the first of the day, you woke up this
That's
morning.
only because of fails.
And as you got up, the way you notice a blister do sometimes when you burn yourself and the skin bubbles up and it's got that yellow liquid underneath the blister. When you get up out of bed, your back is extremely sore. And throughout the day, at some point during the day, so the skin on your back just kind of sloughed off. And you got yellow, You get into a private place and take the leather armor off, and it just peels off your back. Like no ripples there. And so, and Pepper just kind of scurries in the corner wherever room you're in. Go ahead from right here. I'll make you make animal handling checks for the entire week, but right here, go ahead and make me. Since you succeed your animal handling check, you don't have advantage on this because it's not your horse.
It's gonna be 23.
Okay, succeed. There you go. So, if it hasn't been made apparent by that, the animal handling checks I made you roll previously were not for the chicken, it's for Pepper. Something may be going on with that. So,
Alright, I gotta get rid of this fun guy.
Why?
I can't lose my Pepper. Hey, I don't want Pepper to hate me.
okay.
Hey, like, what if my stink scares Pepper into the arms of Dursbuck? Like,
He's planning it right now. He's just like,
Yes.
I've been wearing raw chicken for a
Okay,
month.
so that took place, and then now y'all can talk about your house or role play, or in the meantime, this is important. I should have said this, but so many moving parts to this whole thing. After that crow's nest fell over, as y'all walk back through the city, the holes were covered up by slabs of earth. All the sinkholes have been covered, and they've got the symbol of the Black Earth cult over.
Yeah.
That's been part of the ongoing investigation they've been trying to get to the bottom of.
Why do we need horses now?
Why not?
Every one of the like you saw the map of them. Every hex is 5 miles, and this is a
Okay.
huge map that y'all are going to cover. So anyway, now you have it. Fandrew says that y'all are welcome to use those horses whenever you want to. So anyway, that being the case, the day is yours. It is 10 a.m. the 13th of Flame Roll. I'll say we can go maybe an hour if y'all want to do
Time to get
whatever you want to do.
I'm going to the hatchery.
You don't want to go try to find a way into the sinkholes.
I want to go.
Okay, y'all level up in two missions. If
I was
you
about to
do-
say, I would like to go to the single. Just do whatever.
I can talk about whatever you want to do.
We can jump right on that
He's
next
fine, just
session. You
look at
guys do what you want.
Yeah, I was telling him the map and the sinkholes, so y'all level up.
But if you want to go to the hatchery, you can.
I really want to go to the hatchery.
But don't be mad at just because you've seen that paperwork, though. If that's what Dursman would do, the paladin who loves killing people and righting wrongs and justice wherever he can.
Are you a paladin of justice? Is that what you are? I don't know what
So there
you're.
wasn't anything like catching my eye overseeing the hatchery while I was out there.
When y'all investigate while you were there, you just surmised that there was, with the investigation roll y'all got, that there was like 16 or 17 hatched. They were broken dragon eggs.
Oh. So it was that place. I was thinking it was like a man-built hatchery.
No, y'all didn't just see anything like that off in the distance. That's why it's important not to be meta right now. For one, you've already been there.
Say,
Yeah.
so at some point during this last week, because I want to get it out of my inventory, I'll have put in a box all the stuff that he gave me back from that dude's ancestor.
You have just the skull.
I have the skull and the,
Also very
the
important to note,
necklace.
Oh yeah.
for narrative purposes, we're assuming, we're just saying that you did not take that orb out of that box. And I won't tell you why it's important, but that you didn't the entire time. That you had.
oh, even that time that I did and you made me roll a check on it?
Oh, that time, yeah. Just no extra time over the
Oh,
time.
yeah, no.
Peering into it, looking at it, that's fine. And, examining it or showing it off if you want to say that you did or whatever. It's just off that you took it out for any extended length of time.
Now I feel the
Yeah.
need to go and find my box and just stare at this worm not
But
inside the
during-
box.
If you want to do that,
During the time,
you have your other character ready, right?
Do it.
What?
During-
Just do.
during the time hop, I will have deposited that because I'm tired of having it in my inventory.
Oh, I don't want to be a body girl anymore.
So,
Help me.
the time is
My
yours.
back just fell off.
Sorry about that. What's wrong with you?
I want to go.
Like I said, good things to come with it. If you can take the good with the bad.
I want to go see my shady store friend and just do like a tell you
Tell
what
him. Tell me. RP.
I don't want to.
Make plans.
I don't want to spend like another
50 hours at the store.
Still around?
Like,
John's
No,
still
he
around?
left maybe 2 days after he got there.
Well,
After
dang.
thank God that guy spooked me. Guys, I'm going to
Oh yeah, that's important too.
Mandalorian.
The day that y'all were making plans, his Gollum walked in with him too, and the fact that you seemed okay with it and like you had some prior knowledge, that's why the investigation took so long and people were still leery of you. The Flesh Golem walked through town already.
Oh, we were just like, hey, what's up, Mark?
Another thing, I remember her thing. I forgot yours. You, Brad, give me a 10 on a dice roll.
You know, he's bullying you for money.
You already rolled it?
No, what for?
No, I'm not telling you.
Give me $10.
2.
Okay, you did not remember to ask the knights about your pipes before they left.
Yeah.
To go to Summit Hall.
Yeah, I've
so
been thinking about that.
you have been thinking about that?
Yeah. I told Caleb about it the other day. I was like, Paladins still have my fucking rat flute that I've yet to get back.
Yeah, they've been in town and with everything going on, they forgot and you forgot to.
Yeah.
But you soon have or already have a sending stone link set up to Summit Hall.
Great.
But you don't know that, yeah, that's right. Because you don't even remember the chicken was a thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright.
So I say to the group,
That's so funny.
I say,
Chickens don't exist.
so I'm going to go see, what's his name, that my shady friend that
Marlando Gallagher.
I'm going to see Marlando at the,
Did you play Legolas?
sorry, I just forgot something, at the shop, if y'all want to go with me. The guy I got the boots from that paid us and whatnot.
I think I'm okay, but you live your life, bud.
Go to the shop.
He's trying to think of a reason why he wants to go to the hatchery.
Is it south?
He left the javelin there.
You're good?
No?
I don't need any more shady things.
Yeah, I've got some pretty.
I'm saying you're shady.
Oh, you say you've already practiced with your
You
slingshot.
just
Some
said,
of
you
these things
just
for
said
me.
shady friend.
You have a range
Oh,
of
I thought you said
15
I was
short
like,
range,
no, shady
30
for-
long
I
range.
don't need shady
If you want to
things.
put that somewhere.
Good. What?
I'm assuming I know he's shady.
You can roll it.
I don't think
15 or
But that
30,
stuff was
but you
Oh,
roll it
it's shady as
30
y'all
feet.
know, yeah.
Yeah, not shady like you.
Would I?
Y'all don't know that.
That's how the ranges work with bow and everything. Yeah, the first range is within range that you can fire.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah,
That's right.
I
That's right.
don't know.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
I just know he's shady.
Yeah, 30 is fine for you.
Yeah.
Not in there
He
is that
took
anyway, just for
offense
notes,
to it.
in case if your character dies or whatever. If you're putting it in the compendium, 15 and 30.
Or fenced our stolen good.
Yeah. So no one wants to go with me. I'm going to Orlando.
Orlando Gallagher.
Yeah, Marmar's house.
Cheers for you. The barbershop.
Yeah.
Barbershop.
Barber.
What are y'all doing, the three of y'all? Why do you keep separating from them, man?
Dude, I just want
I'm
to
gonna-
walk these streets safely. It was like, it wasn't.
We've got
like,
an hour.
hey, It
I wanna-
wasn't.
I want to go to the storage unit and see what's going on with that fourth unit
Okay.
that he saw Lowe's walk into.
He's going to the store. He's not there first. Because then if it's safe enough,
Yeah,
if I got our like fucking cannon over here going down there, then
Y'all talking amongst yourself at the helm, talking about, or at your home, talking about doing that?
yeah. Like,
I
why
said,
don't,
Petrichor, where are you going?
why don't we go to the storage units and see if Lowe's is still there? Have we out of character? Have we told him about our deal?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So why don't we go there and see if Lowe's is still there, and see if you can maybe sleep a little better. Because I remember after the guard tower fell down, that he said Lowe's and
You can tell him
going
that
in
any
before
one time.
What?
You will have conversed and spoken with Agawith and Phaedra at some point during that time hop, and you can give them those new adventure hooks for after y'all clean up these last two.
So me and him are going
Huh?
storage.
That's not good, is it? Okay, give me a second. So.
and then
Where's yours at? Petrichor, you still have yours? Do I have it?
No, I'll give it to you, I think.
I thought you did too. Did I give you yours or Petrichor's? I gave you yours, yeah. Petrichor's paper, where are you?
I just know it means, it just says new water form.
It was all I wanted to include, I guess.
So I said Petrichor, like, he hurt me.
Like Minnie did?
He hurt me in a bad way.
Not like Minnie did.
Not like Snooze me. He hurt me.
Oh,
It must be so square.
The back of your head?
Yeah, in the back of my head. It's never to be touched. Especially with malls. And he said he just wanted to talk, but he said that after he hit me.
Oh, I purposely didn't do it.
He probably didn't know that it was your day to be calm. And no offense, but you have been known to maybe jump the gun on things like this.
Everyone's ignorant to the holidays around here. I understand that. But that just, I don't just like run up besides the master of development. I don't just run up.
I was about to say that.
So someone working for the church during that time lapse, won't be you because you didn't necessarily take that avenue, was telling you a couple of 10 days ago, an important delegation from Miramar disappeared, presumably in the Sunbury Hills. The delegation represents leading individuals from Yartar, Tribor, Wamford, and represents all the interests in the Passaic Valley. The delegation traveled overland from Westford to Ballard, crossing the Stone Bridge. From there, they headed south in the Sunbury Hills, and believed to have been bound for Summit Hall, and they haven't been seen since. And so that was news from the church, and everyone throughout the week after the investigations has been a little unsettled because don't read that bottom part.
Oh, no.
That
I
was just
trying to read
if he talked to you specifically.
Behind in between election, Miramar disappeared. Sunbar Hills.
Yeah. And so yes, I can see that on that. That was a very look forward to thing from all the villagers. It was highly anticipated, but they're kind of worried now because they were expecting to really be able to sell a lot of stuff to all these nobles and everybody passing through. So there is a mixture of relief, aggravation, because there is the vacuum of people able to do all these things, but also the loss of revenue, and it's not well met, but kind of the silver lining of it. But now everybody's talking about this Miramar delegation going missing, and the believers have used this to their advantage, kind of hush all of their deeds and actions and try to kind of get out of the spotlight a little bit. So the only lead y'all know right now about the mines is Stanner Thistlefoot told y'all that didn't he tell you there was he's seen a lot of people disappearing behind Welber's wagon?
Yeah.
And how many days has it been?
10.
Since y'all, since last
So we
session,
got all our
first
hit
time.
dies back.
Yeah, for the purpose of this, you'll have long rest, all your features, and all your hit dice.
There's no point in rolling the medallion thoughts because
It's full.
yeah, it's full.
Anything with the daily charge you hadn't already previously expended to Beyond Zero or completed?
I practiced with my one.
I thought you said you did that on the field the other day because you
Yeah.
made the joke about the fireball. You said it does.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know it's a
Right.
wonder fireball.
So,
Storage.
storage, I guess.
Storage.
Okay.
Is the secret entrance, is it on the way to the storage from where we're going?
Secret entrance to what?
It was behind the
It's-
breaker.
It's
right?
back here in this field is Welber's Wagon Works, and y'all are going here.
And we're coming from.
Coming from right here.
Hey, I know a shortcut
What shortcut?
to the storage units.
To the storage units.
Yeah, behind the
Are y'all
wagon
going with
works. You guys want to come with us?
Why don't we just walk the normal way?
Because this way's a lot shorter.
Yeah.
And you can tell them that whenever or not, that's up to you.
Yeah. I'll tell them we're not
You
doing
can
this.
keep it.
Oh.
Just get back to me some other time.
Do it.
I'll
Just
just
get back to me some other time.
I'm not gonna try to convince you to go
We're
down.
not going into a dark hole right now.
I was messing with him. I'm not gonna try to convince him to go down the dark hole.
It's really more fun than going to storage unit.
Yeah.
Just like his Red Dragon thing, the storage unit will always be there.
That's why I'm trying to not role play still like selling crap now.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna make a list beforehand of
So-
crap I want to get rid of, and if you're saying it gives like market value for it, we just add it up, and there you go. See you later.
So
Alright,
you
well
going to
then-
Elver's Wagon Works or you going to storage unit?
We're going to if the storage unit's safe, I'm getting crap out of it.
Do you want to do that? Do you want that before or after we go on a potentially dangerous mission?
Dangerous. Dangerous.
Alright, just like in the mines, everybody roll, roll persuasion, everybody. So you roll it and then they all have to beat it.
Well.
Persuasion.
Yeah. Majority wins.
You beat mine.
4.
Ooh.
Alright, as long as y'all beat 4, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do.
22.
Okay.
So Joseph has to go with Mitch Sword.
So, you make your way to Welver's Wagon Works.
6.
You make your way to Welver's Wagon Works.
Charismatic bastards.
The way?
Or do y'all want to wait till nightfall? How do y'all want to do it?
I
It's
got
all
plans at night.
What?
Yeah.
Again?
Yes, the 15-part plan.
I told you.
I was not getting fast.
Make sure your friends aren't drinking liquid feast.
Look at
That's part 16. Normally that's the celebration of the completion of the plan.
Y'all tell me, how do y'all want to do it?
Can we just go to just the sell stuff? Can I run by there?
You go to, no, we roll for it. You go to Welver's Wagon Works.
Do you want to go at night or do you want to go during the day? What do you guys think? Because if we go at night, we can let him go sell stuff or whatever, and then go at night.
Are we going right after it turns dark?
We will, I don't. That's why I was asking if they want to go at night or they want to go in the morning.
Okay.
Let's go at night.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Well, we'll let him go sell stuff or whatever during the day, and then we'll go at night. But we can-
We'll retroactively do that, just like we did his warranty thing. Alright, so anyway. You'll get there, nightfall. What is this thing? 14th or 13th?
I think 13.
You're all there.
Okay, so it's 6 p.m. Y'all get there at the back.
6 p.m.
Yes.
We said night.
We're going to do your thing retroactively. I don't have time for that right
We're trying to finish these books, but
Speaking of books,
I got stuff to write
now.
down.
As you go to the back, there's a half dozen wagons in different stages of assembly, surrounded with stools and ladders and things like that, wooden pillars supporting some of them, so that you can get up underneath them. And half a dozen of them are working inside steel. They appear to have been drinking heavily, and so the place is lit up. What are you guys doing?
Man, this place is lit.
Dad.
I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. I forgot.
Y'all are looking for an interest in the mine.
Oh, okay.
I want to look under some of the things.
So anybody who wants to, go ahead and roll investigation. Just give me a 12.
4.
You can roll survival if you want to.
7.
Okay, don't matter. You got it. So y'all see some tracks leading to a wagon that's almost a little ways buried into the ground, like it hadn't been touched or used in quite a while. And so as you go, the door obviously looks like it hasn't been used much either. Well, no, second that. Door, while rickety looking, and sun dried, kind of like the basketball nets out in the sun. It's been there obviously for quite a while, and it doesn't want to give as you pull it. Give me a strength check of 8.
Everybody?
One of y'all. One of you three that found it. Whoever wants to do it first. Okay.
No, I didn't find it.
20, not natural. 20.
Dirty 20.
no problem.
Rip
You
off the hinges.
20 of you will say, you have complete control. Yeah, you just snatch it back. It swings off the hinges, slaps back, open it again, and it's an entrance into a mine shaft that descends down. You know, it's the wooden doors of the carriage, and there's another door behind it, like a cellar door. You swing it up, and y'all begin to descend.
I thought y'all said this door was hidden.
Weak Janasi arms.
Obliviousness.
Obliviousness. I am blind to all the merchants.
Y'all are coming in.
The tomb of movie stain.
Still getting Dr. Pepper out of my lungs.
It's better than getting salt out of your butt. Or pepper out of your butt.
Oh gosh, guys.
Like 10 days of spicy juice.
1,000 years of pain.
I may not get through this tonight. That's part of my fault.
No, that's worth it.
I hope so. I hope y'all enjoyed it. The skill challenges I thought were pretty fun. It's a 4th edition concept.
Huh?
I'm ready for some action. We've had
Yeah.
some good goofs. Ready for action.
It's gonna be great for everyone that can roll higher than 4.
Maybe we'll get to it next week, Ben.
Yeah, I'll give you a.
They're rolling 5s.
I'll give you a better set of die.
Man, these are new. This is the second time I use these.
I'll give you.
These are the seduction dice.
I'll help you, bud.
Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out which side y'all enter from is all. And then we'll be able to start. It says others.
We'll start using the D20 to
Team 9. Okay. So y'all, as y'all walk in, y'all go down that tunnel, and y'all are going to T9.
I'm just gonna text Mike every time I need an answer to how high my roll has to be.
I saw this thing one time. It's like when you can't decide where to go eat, you get a piece of paper and write 1 through 20 and write all of your favorite restaurants and then roll a d20 and that's where you go eat.
I like that.
I saw a trick for how to get a woman to decide on where to eat.
Passage is 10 foot high,
Okay.
10 foot wide, shooting out of rock and runs about 80 feet at a slope going down to this area that y'all see out ahead.
The first place she says, you're just like, that's it.
It doesn't always work, so.
So what are you guys
I
doing?
don't know. I just seen it. It descends. Or wait, there's 2 passages that we just
Y'all are entering into this passage right here. You're walking into here.
I guess I'm gonna roll perception, see if I can see anything.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Come on.
So you roll perception. What are y'all rolling?
I just roll a perception to see if I see anything. Like,
Okay.
as we walk in, just like kind of looking for enemies or seeing if anybody's down there. I got 18.
18.
16.
As you do, these represent little rocks on the ceiling. You think you see something move up there on the ceiling. As y'all enter into that room.
Rolls the 10s.
Something else is feeling?
Yeah.
Guys, they're spiders.
And you see a light in there go out all of a sudden.
A light goes out?
Yeah, now it's dim light. So you can only see 15 feet in front of you unless you want a supply light source.
Okay, so I'll pull up the drift globe.
So you pull out the drip globe and the room illuminates once again. It's an enormous chamber. The ceiling's 20 foot high.
And get up against the wall.
It's carved out of rock here.
Brings that out.
The lantern that went out, it rests on the floor in the center of the room. There's stone monoliths. They're all standing straight up. And in this version of it, this will be moved to about right here. For the sake of this, we're just assuming something's the same. Anyway, these are the moving stones, and they have a circuit they run and a reason for why they move that we'll get into later. Don't know it yet. So anyway, the stones are where they are. 6 stone slabs up against the wall around the perimeter of the room, and each one holds humanoid bones. If you go to inspect those, so that y'all walk through there, y'all give the room a once over.
Yeah.
Okay. They're all dressed in tattered cloth and rusted iron.
You want to steal it?
Yeah.
Hey, calm down.
You're gonna find some drama.
Is there an exit to this room?
You mean? Just the one you came from. Well, I'm sorry.
I don't know what room
That
we're in, bud.
In here. That one, there's that exit, and the one behind you is actually as y'all open up into the room, it was a false wall, like the ones you found in the quarry mines, and so that was evidently a secret exit. And there's this one that you have found along the other end of the room.
I was gonna say, I don't know
At
what you were gonna have.
At
me roll.
T8, yeah, it was gonna be wisdom, but it was because that door that y'all entered through was secret. So,
Oh, okay.
While we're in,
Disregard that.
yeah.
while we're in here, I take the common clothes out of my bag and just put them on the ground.
He's gonna start.
I was gonna sell stuff because I was 1 pound overweight and I can still walk, but I can't fight. Isn't that right?
I'm sorry.
The boots say something like I can still walk encumbered, but I can't fight and run.
What it is you can't actually carry more than your carrying capacity. Just doesn't slow down your movement, and so you would still have disadvantage stuff heavily incumbent on strength and things like that. Yes.
Okay. So we're not selling those common clothes.
Well, no, retroactively you're selling all this stuff, so you
Okay,
will
so-
have went and sold this stuff before.
Oh, okay. That'd be fine.
We just didn't play that out because
Yeah.
All the rocks in there are just barely levitating off the ground.
levitating.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kind of roll Arcana to see if I can remember if this has ever happened in similarity.
Sure.
10.
You realize there must be some kind of transmutation.
I don't know why you think
Petrichord's transmutation.
Yeah. Petrichord.
Who's talking to me right now? Petrichord.
As you were looking in the room, you didn't see them levitating, but when you entered, that's when it started.
And that's
So
when I
it started
saw.
levitating
When you entered, yes.
Oh, okay. Must be a transmutation. There's a circle somewhere.
I just like that you keep telling me like I could do something about it. Like, all right, neat, bud.
Dude, fix the magic in this room.
Yeah, see, I had a friend.
After about a minute, all the rocks settled back to the ground.
I know like a bad story from the Shadow Realm where a girl and a dog were involved. Makes me not want to go back to that place. Place fucked up.
So what are you guys doing now?
So the stones floated.
Yeah, all the rocks on the ground are levitating. They do that for about a minute before they settle back to the ground.
Does anything happen when it settled back on the ground?
Just settle back on the ground.
I'm gonna like feel along the wall and see if I can find like another false wall.
Okay. So you do that around the length of the wall. You all can join in different walls, checking up above the entombed humans, whatever. And nothing else in there.
So we know where the other, like we see 18, right? Or I8, T8, whatever that is.
Yeah, that's the hallway. You see that?
We see that door. Is it locked?
You walk to it and check.
I want to check.
So the door swings in, and as it does, there's an old man, think uncle from Avatar, sitting there on the bar stool. Ah! Give an old man a heart attack. What are you doing down here?
Investigating. What are you doing down here?
This is part of my post. I'm supposed to be here. What have you done in there?
Do you still have
You
the-
can't be in there. You're going to disturb the dwellers.
There's just rocks in there.
You cannot provoke the wrath of the dwellers.
Are they the ones that made the rocks float?
The rocks were moving. The stones were moving. We have to tell the others. Elic, all the other believers. This is a sign.
That we're the
Chosen?
chosen?
That's for the rock to tell us.
Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go talk to
Let's
him.
go talk to them. Is LaRock here?
I thought he was in the chamber. Wait.
He was in the chamber?
I thought he was in the chamber.
Huh.
Did you fall asleep at your post?
I didn't.
Is your name Shal Tucker?
I'm Bar Augustus. I apologize. You really shouldn't be here.
No, text your leader then.
No, please, just leave. Leave the way you came. He throws himself on the ground. Please.
No.
If they know I failed it and keeping you out, it was spelled disaster for me.
We're going to talk to him about.
What are you gonna,
You will do nothing of the sort. You must leave.
what are you gonna give me to leave? If I start smashing your precious rocks, buddy.
From time to time, you can't do that. The stones change their position.
What are you
No one
gonna
knows. They do it when no one's watching.
We just
That's how they talk to us.
Well, we just like
Yeah, we
watch
just
him.
They show us
watch
signs of coming danger and when we make bad choices.
we just watched it happen.
Fucking random weeping angels is what it is.
I want to go back into the center of the room and start yelling out LaRock. It's his name.
So you start hollering that. You get no answer. He runs in there shouting, "Please! Please! We mean you no disrespect, dwellers. Please! Spare Red Larch. These fools, they're outsiders. They don't know what they did." And just throws himself on the ground. He's weeping.
Is he still
Fanatical.
Is he still on the ground weeping?
I pull out a dagger.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I say, what are you gonna give us to leave, old man?
I put myself in between the old man and Soul.
I'm just gonna be
He just stands up and starts running. Ah! Just up the ramp.
Well,
Trying to get out. What are you
trying
doing?
to get out.
Yeah, trying to leave.
Let's just
He's
go,
worried to
I
death
chase.
about these dwellers.
let's just go deeper.
Or any kind of consequences.
Yeah.
You chase him?
Go deeper.
Let's go. All right. Well, he's gonna chase him. We're gonna go deeper.
All right, yeah,
How
continue.
is he running out?
Yeah, he's running out. He's leaving.
Can I catch him before he gets out?
I'm gonna tackle him to the ground.
Okay.
And you want me to do like an athletics?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
I've given up on this mystery. I want to get to
What?
the bottom of it.
Oh what?
Give me a strength check. You gotta be 9.
9.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Throws in the floor. Like,
This is the safest place. That's a 1.
That was on a corner.
that was.
Yeah.
I would give you leeway that was
You
cocked.
calling it because I can
What
reroll
happened?
because it was on a it's a 1 on a corner.
I can get a 4, man.
I can get 4.
Just gotta give me a chance, man.
No, I'll let you do extra on your skill challenge. Try to help
The
you
second
guys.
roll with advantage is a 7. So
So he gets up the ramp.
so
He
he
kicks you in the mouth as he goes.
Yeah, so he takes off running and leaves. What the rest of you guys do?
if he leaves, I'm just going back down there.
So you said the.
So you're in T8 now?
Well, I was gonna ask the things on the walls. If we move them, do the rocks move?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are just
I
bodies.
don't care
Those
about
you
that.
assume are the dwellers based on what
Yeah.
Harburk Tuthmarillar told you that those are the dead people in. From what Bar Augustus just told you, that inside there.
I searched the big ass room in a timely fashion.
Okay. You don't find anything. You just find the rusted iron
I don't
on the
know.
bodies, and no, you don't find anything. You find the lantern that was thrown out. You want to take the lantern? That's it though, brother.
So yeah, we're in
Retroactive space and lanterns.
So where y'all going now? Y'all going to T7? We're going through the tunnel at T8 into here?
Yeah.
Okay, so as y'all get in that room, inside there, this room is 50. It's a 50-foot square chamber hewn out of rock. The floor is rough, but it's flat along through there. Each one of these hexes is 5 feet. No, I guess that can't be if it's 50 foot, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah. So 5 feet. The walls show chisel marks from the original builders. The ceiling's about 10 feet high, and identical stone doors with iron pull rings stand in the middle of the east, north, and west walls. So, in the center of the room stands a life-size, lifelike statue of a dwarf warrior wearing a chain shirt, a helm, and big boots. He carries a shield on his left arm and a battle axe in his right hand. The statue has clearly been broken into. It's roughly the head and the upper torso, the lower torso, and the legs. The pieces have been reassembled, and it's kind of like you see on the side of some buildings with scaffolding, you know, like at Church of St. Heart when they were rebuilding by the glass and everything. Wood built all up around it where they've put it back together and in place, and it's holding it together still like that, as one piece. Reassembled, held together and upright in a stout wooden frame. A dagger along with several coins and gems lie on the floor in front of the statue, surrounded by a ring of fine gravel.
I look for traps.
So you roll investigation.
Is there anything written?
At the bottom of the statue, on the frame, is an inscription that reads, "Petrified Iron Star Dwarf, question mark, found 1459 DR in Red Larch West Quarry in broken condition."
Petrified stone
Yeah.
found.
Petrified Iron Star Dwarf, question mark, found 1459 DR in Red Larch West Quarry in broken condition.
And people have been making offers to it.
Yeah, there's a ring of gravel around it.
Huh?
There's a ring of gravel around it, yeah, and it's to presumably marks a respectful distance.
I got a 9 on traps.
Yeah, seems fine to you.
Okay, I'm gonna make this stuff out.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a temple, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't worship anybody or follow any religions, and even I know it's bad.
But you, Derek, what do you
I would
think?
think you wouldn't care.
You're gonna steal all the offerings people have left for this.
As he's talking about it, as y'all look there,
I respect other people.
you see 440 copper pieces,
I don't care about my
253 silver pieces,
I don't care about
97 gold pieces, 6 small green agates, 2 polished moonstones, and a dagger laying there
Sweet.
with a
This is a trap
night
for you.
a night blue handle.
You guys just.
It's
if
got dry blood on the dagger.
I'm gonna wait for
If it's a trap,
Soul
I-
to reach down and grab it, and then I'm gonna drop my axe right in front of his face. I mean, I probably shouldn't do that, but
then y'all walk out and let me.
No, you lead the way. Which one do you want to go down?
No, I'm not picking
Door
up.
number 1 or door number 2?
No, I'm following y'all.
So, what are you gonna do?
You have the most. You're the beefiest of all of us, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the least lucky.
Yeah. So you go first.
No.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah, there's 2 doors. You goes up to T6 and T4.
If
Let's see.
just leave the
Most people
offering.
always choose the
It's like if all of this turns out to be false.
So you want to go left?
Get
T4?
in the next
For now.
room
Most
and
people
we
always
don't
go
die.
left.
That's not what I said, but okay.
Okay, so she's wanting to go up T6. Is that the rest of you follow?
Sounds good. Lead the
Yes.
way.
I'll hang out for a second.
I'll stay with Saul.
Okay. You've watched me take stuff before.
Except this time I'm gonna slap you every time you try to pick it up.
can I just grab Soul by the ear and drag him with us?
No.
Roll contested strength check.
I struggle.
That's why I say contested.
So then I roll
Strength.
No, that add strength?
Yeah, add your
You
strength
add your strength
modifier.
modifier. If you're proficient with strength, yeah, I would say I think you could be
Three.
strength proficient.
So 15.
15, yeah, beat a 15.
So we keep you from stealing things.
So you try to struggle and you almost stop, but as he pulls at your head, when that stretches, it's really hurting the base of your neck where it's still tender.
I don't have a helmet on.
Your no square.
Oh no.
Yeah, he reaches up into your helmet
Oh,
and grabs you by the ear.
I'm away.
Yeah. With that 15, yeah, he's bringing you with him.
Alright,
So-
let's
He
go.
just got you by the face, just like
So your movement is halved if you keep struggling.
We're
So
going
it
north.
just takes you a long. You're dragging him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to T6 north.
Let's go.
He said, if all of this turns out to be false, like
So as you're traveling up that
all the
way,
way back out.
If we're in a different place that again the dwellers aren't at, then I'll go back and get the stuff. We find another constable who's just like the dwellers are people that are in Waterdeep.
as y'all walk up in there, it opens up into a square room. In the center of it, there's a huge rock floating there. It's about a foot across and hovers 3 foot from the ground.
In T6?
Correct.
It was a big
Right
rock.
where the font would be is where that rock is. Like I said, it's
Big rock. And it's also floating?
yes, 3 feet from the floor and a foot across.
Is there anything?
Does anybody have anything extra that's metal?
No.
Like a small dagger or something we could all.
Actually, I do. I have Abaddon's dagger, and I'm probably never going to see that dude again.
Probably not.
We could say about tossing it either under it or over it and seeing if there's any magnetism going on.
Okay. I'm going to slide it underneath.
As you do that, it just floats up. It's a long rock, floats up in the middle. About where, if you imagine that as being a cylinder floor to ceiling, it's about in the middle of, sharing space with rock.
Can,
What?
Have a strength check and still make it.
Oh fuck.
You push them in there? How much do you weigh?
A lot.
How much do you weigh?
I'm like 100 and like my weight, so 170 plus the 190 or 80 pounds I'm carrying.
As you hit the center of the room, yeah, you float. You're only 3 feet off the ground.
We ain't got to roll contested strength or nothing.
You already rolled one. He was just moving, and the time it took him to say that,
Oh, okay.
it would be a reaction. So he just pushed you into it.
Alright.
So you're just floating now with the rock.
I push off the rock and try to like land on it.
And as you land away from, if that tile underneath there's a 5 foot square, once you get out of that, you land back on the ground.
Do you feel anything weird? Like,
I want to try and push the rock out of the.
All right, it just lightly moves, easy, just
And then once it gets out of the thing, it just hits
falls
the
over.
ground.
Whatever I learned from floating in that, I don't share it with everyone.
Is there anything written like on the rock, ceiling, walls, floor? Are there any glowing lights?
Is there any way to determine where we are in relation to the town? How this works? Like if it's a. If this is not
And
something
when the
that I
rock
should be.
falls, do we hear like a sinkhole open?
Yeah. Have I murdered a child? By ripping the wings off of this butterfly?
Those poor children.
Yeah.
Like they were outside playing. They were like, "Oh man, remember that time we shoved like dirt down each other's throats?
Yeah,
It
just
really sucks."
Yeah, so the mine shaft
That blue boy hit me with this.
went down eastward. It's probably about right here.
Yeah.
And then T7, what is it, 6 already?
Yeah.
T7 would have been about right. Oh, crap, sorry.
You're good.
T7 would have been about right here. So probably about right here is off from the sinkhole where you are is where everybody fell in.
Okay. So I'm.
Is where you're at.
So there's nothing off about what's going on up there.
No, not your knowledge.
Okay.
Nothing anybody reported. What you guys gonna do? As y'all hit that room, as y'all been traveling in here in this closed space, it you're trying to think of a good descriptor. The smell is horrible coming from Artemis, as you are in this close space now. And it's getting really sour. Not unbearable,
We're joking about heavy smelling.
but not unbearable. But when y'all get up to here, it becomes a lot stronger. To the point that having been traveling with her and, you know, and being in the air, aromatic in this area, getting right here is a point at which y'all notice it getting worse and nothing's changed as far as y'all's proximity to her. So you know there's something else, but it smells. It's like death is in the area.
I want to remember and compare it and see does it smell worse or not as bad as the time she shipped it. Do I have to roll to remember?
It smells worse than that.
It smells worse. Good God.
It smells like death. It's rotting.
It's like, it's really starting to smell like Artemis. Isn't it?
The dry eye can see you now.
So, what do you guys do?
Do I notice that I'm progressively smelling worse, or am I just like,
Nah.
like it's my own stench? I'm just
As
kinda
much
like-
as you want to notice, we'll say you do.
Everybody enjoys their own brain.
So the lavender and such that I've picked.
The more you
specifically-
supply, yeah, it'll hamper it a little bit, but not much. Like I said, within a certain proximity,
So-
it doesn't help much.
Did John Snowco smell like this?
Not as, no, his wasn't as progressive. Probably because he was a druid.
An advanced state of stank.
Yeah, I was like, how did I progress like this? Like, I thought the way that it worked is like I had to die. Like, my body had to die for like the decay to take over. Just the way it was supposed to be.
You're not dying. It's just a dying smell.
It's an advanced
You're
state.
just, it's like a,
But my
imagine.
whole body's rotting. How is that? I'm not dying.
I'm not thinking of it rotting. I'm thinking of it more like an infection.
Yeah, there you go.
My whole back fell off.
Yeah.
Fall off just the skin.
This is before they made the cranberry juice. So you just got the worst yeast infection that's ever happened.
It's taking over your whole body.
Oh my god.
Alright, that's a good place to start.
Well, yeah.
Me just stinking up a corridor.
Yeah, we're all
I
just like.
said it wasn't you when you got there, and I said, "What are y'all doing?" We didn't get to that. That's the
Sorry we're
good.
so mean to you, Soul.
So we're just like selling this stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me what some of this stuff, what it goes for, because it's not prices.
In the convenience, there's no price.
No, because it's like stone mask.
Oh, he's not gonna buy that.
He's not, he's picky now.
I mean, he's not gonna buy something that he's gonna have to tell her.
I was about to tell
Specific
you,
buyer.
don't sell the stone mask.
Yeah, I know, but you're not a boss of me.
Well, no, I was just saying.
I was gonna sell one, and depending on what.
I forgot you had all three.
No, you have one,
Oh, I did.
and I have two.
He's not gonna buy that.
And depending on what it went for, I was gonna sell him the other one because I don't care. So he's not gonna buy that. I'm selling him the longsword for the one
He's
of
not
the
trying to
regular.
sell dirt to a ditch digger. No, he ain't gonna buy that, but he'll buy the long.
Yeah, one of the regular longswords. And whatever the short sword goes for, because it doesn't say in the compendium.
I'm gonna look before I look it up. Get on to
It
it.
doesn't say
Get
in
on to
mine.
it.
I was
I think the
showing
one I
you.
just folded up is yours. Here you go. Merry Christmas.
Are we keeping these? This is
The
our
map? Yeah, that's yours to keep.
Well,
Y'all find one and right here. Where's mine? And y'all mark where y'all's rooms are.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Like, which one do I want?
Player's Handbook 149.
I'm gonna look at that and find it first.
I'm on my page if you want to see that it doesn't tell me what it costs.
Short sword,
Yeah.
10 gold pieces.
There's a bunch of crap.
Oh, yours doesn't. That's
There's
weird.
a bunch of crap in my compendium that doesn't have prices.
Stupid.
Do you have a different version of it, or is it?
Yeah, we actually do. Because
Yeah.
we looked that up. There's like a
There's
Droid.
some-
There's a Droid one and there's an iOS one. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Different downloads.
You have the Droid one?
Yeah.
I was about to make fun of you.
Anyway,
The gold bracelet
guys,
that I
thanks for tuning in. Hey, what do we say, everybody?
Smash that like button.
Smash that
bell.
like button,
Yeah,
hit
click-
that
yeah,
bell,
hit that
subscribe.
bell.
We appreciate it, guys. Thank you for tuning in with us. Episode 17. We will see you next time.
Perfect scream.
Perfect.